Oh, snap live. Once again, I was going to say yet again, once again, my name is Patrick. Hit the follow button if you're new here on Rumble. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here on the YouTube machine. Hit the thumbs up button on both of them. Y'all, welcome in. Cases to talk about tonight. We just went live on TikTok. We've been hanging out on TikTok for a second. Good to see everybody coming in. Come over to YouTube and Rumble, the Mystery Project, the haunted side on TikTok. If you guys want to follow along on the TikTok. So we're going to talk about this lady. Crazy as hell. Madison Bergmann is her name.
You what?
Apparently, she's 24 and has been accused of, go Vols, shout out to the teachers. Thanks for making the TikTok page go crazy over there. She's been accused of encounters of the... How do you put spicy?
Why is it spicy?
Encounters of the spicy kind, with one count of first-degree child SA after the boy's parents found some alarming text messages between the teacher and their 11-year-old. So 11 years old, 5th grade apparently. 5th freaking grade. It gets crazier because apparently she was engaged. She was about to get married. And her fiance was like,
Emotional damage.
Can you imagine that? And she's over there like, it's not true. It never happened. And then they see the text messages and the husband's straight up like,
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
So the wedding's been called off, y'all. Big shocker there, but the wedding has been called off. They're no longer engaged. Oh my God. Okay, y'all, do me a favor. Tap the screen like crazy here on TikTok. It's great to see everybody. Let's get 25,000 likes. Hit me with the Stella. Thank you. It's teacher week. That's it. Go Vols. But hopefully the good teachers. My God, this is getting crazy. And we got all kinds of cases to talk about, and I'm not even going to break it all down, y'all. We're just going to get right into it. I'm going to shrink myself down over here on the YouTube machine and on the Rumble machine. Y'all come over and watch the video if you want. Just search the Mystery Project on both. And here we go. Madison Bergmann. Whoa. Let's go.
An elementary school teacher out of Wisconsin has just been arrested.
Wisconsin? I didn't realize it was Wisconsin. Oh, no, I didn't realize that. Oh, Jesus. This is getting absurd. All right, let's keep going. Sorry, y'all.
For allegedly making out with an 11-year-old student, and the apparent messages between the two shed even more light on this disturbing situation. We sit down with renowned predator catcher Chris Hansen. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law&Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Madison Bergmann, a 24-year-old elementary school teacher out of Wisconsin, has been accused of making out with her 11-year-old student. 5th grade, Rivercrest Elementary School. Let's take a second to process that for just, think about it, because she has now been arrested and charged with one count of first-degree child sexual assault.
Jeez Louise.
With a child under the age of 13. Oh, and here's the kicker. She was supposed to be married to her longtime boyfriend this July. Now, the way this was all uncovered was that the boy's parents allegedly overheard him talking to Bergmann on the phone. The boy apparently revealed that they talked every day. The parents found text messages between the two. So the father reportedly went to the school with printouts of these text exchanges, and the conversations apparently reveal that there were several encounters between this teacher and student during lunch periods or after school. But there's more, because police discovered more.
No, not on the lunch periods too.
Details.
I won't make the joke, y'all, but you know where I would have gone with that.
Through the messages and also handwritten notes between the two, where Bergmann allegedly admitted to how much she enjoyed being intimate with the boy, namely him touching her and then
what the flip is wrong with you?
How dare you?
making out. It's pretty disgusting, to say the least. In one of the notes, Bergmann allegedly wrote, quote, "One of my cousins is in the 5th grade, and I can't imagine a man talking to her how we talk. I know we have a special relationship, and I do love you more than anyone in the world, but I have to be the adult here and stop." One alleged text.
What the hell? That she wrote that, y'all. What? One of my cousins is in the 5th grade, and I can't imagine a man talking to her how we talk. I know we have a special relationship, and I do love you more than anyone in the world, but I have to be the adult here and stop. What? Man, you are crazy as hell, Madison. You love this little kid, this 11-year-old 5th grader, more than anyone in the world, more than your fiance? Man, can you imagine being the fiance and just being like, what does he have that I don't have? She's like, Pokemon cards? You fucking loser. God. They didn't, actually, that's not even popular nowadays. What do they got? I don't even know what they have. What does a 5th grader have nowadays? This is crazy. Let's keep going.
The adult here.
Yeah, Jacqueline, a curfew. There you go. That's a damn good one right there. A damn curfew. That's what you have.
And stop.
A power wheel. A cell phone and an attitude.
That was easy.
All right, let's continue. This is crazy.
Stop. One alleged text exchange. The victim said, quote, "Ha ha ha, bro, I just want to make out with you." The teacher is accused of replying with, "I do too, like all the time."
Man, you gonna burn to hell for that one. He said, ha ha ha, bro. What?
Bruh.
She also claims that she was obsessed with this boy in one of these messages. Oh boy, let's talk about this with renowned predator catcher Chris Hansen, host of Takedown on TruBlu and the podcast Predators I've Caught. Chris, great to see you. Again, I always say
Thank
I wish
you,
it was
Jesse.
under better. Yes, I wish it was under better
I agree with you on
circumstances.
that.
What are your thoughts on
Absolutely. First of all,
Man, Chris Hansen, we love that guy, but he's starting to look like some of the dudes he caught back in like the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? How old is Chris Hansen now? 60s, maybe 70s? I'm going to look it up. But we do love some Chris Hansen. He's born in 1959. How old does that make him? 64? Something like that. 65, 64, depending on his birthday.
we've seen so many of these cases, Jesse, and it makes me really wonder if school districts are doing enough in terms of background screening, psychological screening of these teachers. This has to be the 25th or 30th case we've seen across the country where a young female teacher in mid-20s or early 30s has preyed upon a young male student. Now, we've seen this with male predator teachers over the years, certainly, and I see this in my investigations with men going after young women and young boys too. But there's something going on in the world of teachers and students that I have never seen before in my 42 years of being a journalist. And so you have to wonder,
It is the lack of accountability. People say, what the hell is going on? It is the complete lack of accountability. She didn't think she was doing anything wrong. And if she did, she thought she'd never get caught. And she'd be like, what? What? Who cares?
is this reality feeding off of fantasy, which I think it is? You see more and more fantasy porn available on different social media platforms.
Fantasy corns. It's like popcorn, TikTok overlords. There's a new fantasy popcorn.
Fetishizing,
Kimberly, yeah, of course. Oh, I know. It's crazy as hell. You see these people, they think they just get away with anything. What do you mean? It's just text messages. Y'all hit me with the high bears. Let's get 111 of them. Tap the screen like crazy. Let's get 25,000 likes. And if you're new to TikTok, my name is Patrick. Hit the follow button. We're live every single night. We do these live streams. And if you want to watch the video, because you can see the video with us, if you want to follow along, YouTube. Just come over, search The Mystery Project or The Mystery Project True Crime. You'll find it. Come subscribe, come watch the video, or go to Rumble, y'all. We're live on Rumble as well. We got 20-something people watching on YouTube and about 50 people watching on Rumble. So shout out. Let's keep going.
teacher-student relationships? And is that part of this? I don't know, but it's very disturbing. And when you look at the texts here, it's unmistakable that, you know, there are very serious allegations and likely crimes committed. And how do you fix this kid after all this has happened? That's my first and primary thought.
And he's so young. And a lot of the times we cover these stories, the female perpetrator or the female suspect is married or about to be married or
Man, look, he had to cover his face. That's how embarrassed that dude is. He found out he wanted to jump in that river behind him.
has children. What does that tell you?
We had one in Tennessee where the accused teacher was married to a sheriff's deputy. So, you know, imagine the collateral damage.
You what?
Oh my God.
Damage there. First of all, if the allegations are true, and I think that case was headed towards a plea.
They blurred his face out, Stephanie. Or he blurred his face out. He's probably calling up every single social media site trying to get everything pulled down.
It devastates a family. And for what? To have this fantasy? I mean, obviously, something goes on in the mind of someone like this where they're either trying to recreate a pleasant situation in their past, you know, some sort of contact with a boy that they haven't had in a while, and there's a need to recreate this, or it's a power trip. The teacher in this case must have some kind of feeling of control that is exciting to her in terms of a sexual fantasy, to have power over this kid in the classroom, and then to have him.
I think they're just fucked. Like, I don't know if that's might be reading too deep into it, Chris. I think they're just crazy as hell. And she's like, you know, getting all crazy and like, I could get away with this.
In her car or, you know,
What?
cloakroom or wherever this is going on, to kiss and have him sexually arouse her. I mean, it's really disturbing. And so I think it's time for school districts to really take a close look at who they're hiring and what kind of screening they undergo during the hiring process.
One of the things that
What sucks though is she probably passed all that shit. She probably didn't have anything. She no record. She probably got like a speeding ticket when she was 17. But then you start seeing this shit go crazy as hell. That's why I told them they got to have, you know what it is? This is how you fix this. This is how you fix it. Zero tolerance for any kind of communication outside of school. If they see that you have a kid on your Snapchat, fired. They see you got a kid on your phone or something like that, fired. Like immediately. Boom, jail, fired, gone. Just start making examples of these people. Start making examples out of it. Stress ball, where you at, Mish? That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. And by the way, y'all, TikTok, hit the follow button, tap the screen like crazy. We hit the 25,000 likes. Let's go. Thank you for the love. Let's keep tapping the screen. Let's get 50,000. And y'all hit me with the high bears. Come on, we got about 51 to go. Hit me with them. Donna, thanks for the follow. Anian, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you guys. Missy RN, shout out to the nurses. Thanks for the heart me. Come on in. All right, let's keep going. So basically, y'all, quick update. This is a fifth, or I guess was an elementary school teacher. She got caught making out with one of her students that was 11 years old. And I guess they had some pretty charged up conversations. And apparently, I don't know if there was, like, if he did anything, like if, you know what I'm saying? Like, if two became one, you know what I'm talking about? Spice Girls era. When two become one. I don't know if that happened, but apparently he did some things to her. So two became 1.5. Allegedly. We don't know. I have no clue, but let's keep going. Let's keep going.
really stood out about this case was the communications, because it's being reported the boy's parents had given Bergmann, when they apparently invited her on a skiing vacation with the family, they exchanged numbers. And that's how this young boy and
Whoa. This kid's parents invited her on a skiing vacation with them? Did I hear that right? Or is the gin and tonic already hitting me?
about this case was the communications, because it's being reported the boy's parents had given Bergmann when they apparently invited her on a skiing vacation with the family. They exchanged numbers, and that's how this young.
Put the parents in jail too. Nope, they knew. They probably had too much of it, and they went, "What?" Yes, they did a ski trip. What the flip? Meaning the parents apparently involved, right? That's what I got. Prepper gin. Speaking of gin, hell yeah. Got my gin and tonic right here, y'all. Cheers. Cheers, YouTube. Let's go. I've had my mom be close to teachers in the past. We never invited them on any kind of trip. It was crazy as shit when we saw a teacher like at the grocery store. That shit felt like you were on another planet. Remember that? You run into your teacher at the grocery store and you're like, ah! You turn into a wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. You just start freaking out. You're like,
that's suspicious. That's weird.
ah! You go crazy. But invite him on a ski trip. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's weird.
Young boy and this teacher were starting to communicate. That was an interesting detail that apparently they might have had so much trust in her to invite her on a vacation.
And I don't think it's uncommon for families to become close to teachers. I know.
Yeah, close.
When my
that crosses the line.
Kids were younger, it was not uncommon for me to know the teachers. I don't think anybody ever joined us on a ski trip or anything like that.
That's what I'm saying. The dad was hoping for some ski trip action too. He said, that was too much, TikTok. I know. But why else would the dad be inviting them? The 24, how old is she? 24? 24-year-old on the ski trip with him.
Yeah, but we certainly knew the teachers. We were friendly with them at school activities and fundraisers and things like that.
School activities.
And never did I suspect of any sort of untoward relationship or contact.
Unfreaking believable. Recap. You got it. Tina, thanks for the hearts. Basically, she's a 24-year-old elementary school teacher that got caught making out with one of her students. 11-year-old dude, 11-year-old boy. And then they found messages. They found the text messages. They got the receipts. And apparently, I don't think there was intercourse, but I guess he did some things to her, allegedly. We don't know. Stella, thanks for the bears. Let's go. Don't let Stella hit all these goals, y'all. Stella just going absolutely haywire. Thank you. Let's keep going.
It just didn't cross my mind, even in the early days of the Predator investigations. And you can imagine,
Lisa, thank you.
How careful I am, and especially back when, my guys are adults now, but when they were kids, how careful I was in terms of screening and background checks for, anything from a guitar teacher to a tutor. I had my own background check, but not everybody has, access to the things I have access to. So I think big picture, we have to be better about hiring and screening. At micro level, God, this is just such a disturbing case for this woman to prey upon this boy. And again, so many people look at this as a schoolboy fantasy type thing that, God, any young boy would love this or love.
I don't know about 11 years old, though. You know what I mean? I don't think at 11 I was like, well, I mean, I might have thought a teacher was hot, but but it's like, it's different. It's like, it's like, oh, she's pretty, that sort of thing. Like you have a crush on your teacher. I wasn't trying to you know what I mean? I wasn't going for extra credit with at 11. Maybe like 16, 17. Lucy Lou. Pat cracks himself up. Thank you. Somebody has to. But like 16, 17, it's still wrong. But I mean, at that time I could be like, maybe I was like, I did have a crush on I think she was algebra teacher. What was her name? Miss Como. That's what it was. Oops.
The attention.
She's going to keep on going.
from a good-looking adult woman.
Delinda, thank you. Thanks for the bears, y'all. Let's go.
But it has damaged
11, though. I mean, 11.
that has an impact for many years to come. I mean, this kid has been exposed to things at the age of what, 11, 12?
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, he's not even, I mean, at 11 years old, I don't even think I had went from like 5-10 minute showers to like an hour long shower yet. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't think at 11 those showers had started turning into hour and a half showers, you know, where all of a sudden your mom's like, FBI, open up! Trying to get you out of the damn shower.
That they shouldn't be exposed to. And now the parents have to deal with all that. It's very alarming.
And they can't even process it, a young boy that age. Process what's even going on.
The kid can't even process it. The kid doesn't even know why he is excited about it. The kid doesn't even know why his body is reacting to this attention the way it's reacting to it. It's, you know, we've seen in our predator investigation.
Melsa, I've got 2 boys, right? You haven't broke any washcloths in half yet? You haven't been like, why are there 8 socks in between your mattress and box spring?
Scenarios where guys have gone after girls as young as 12 years old. And again, just a week before last, we were out on a sting and you know, it doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon, despite our investigations, despite the awareness. And it says to me that there is an unprecedented level of this activity going on online and on some of these social media platforms. And there's been an explosion, as you and I know, of social media platforms. It's not just AOL and Yahoo like when we started. So it comes down to parents also having to have these conversations. And unfortunately, it appears that parents need to talk to their boys about the appropriate and inappropriate potential contact between them and female teachers and male teachers too. I mean, this cuts across all across the board. But, you know,
sweet baby Jesus,
you wouldn't normally think you'd have to tell your son, okay, be careful of the nice Miss so-and-so. She may say something inappropriate to you. But I guess you have to have this blanket talk now and continue to enhance the discussion as the child gets older.
They shouldn't have to have that conversation because
exactly. That shit's crazy as hell. By the way, TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. Tap the screen like crazy. Let's get 50,000 likes. Hit me with the high bears. We are dangerously close to hitting our first goal on TikTok. So TikTok will just share the stream out. They don't share anything out anymore, y'all. I'm just this tiny old true crime channel trying to get some people to watch. And TikTok's like, we're not doing shit for you. But if you want to watch the video too, y'all, come on over to YouTube. We got, it's called The Mystery Project on YouTube. Just search The Mystery Project True Crime. You'll find it. You can watch the video along with us. And on Rumble, if you do the Rumble, we got almost 100, actually over 100 people watching on Rumble. We got 25 people watching on YouTube. What? Come on, y'all. Let's get these numbers up. Come over. Put YouTube on your TV or like on your iPad and then stay in the TikTok chat on your phone. That's the secret sauce right there. That is the secret sauce. So come on over, y'all. YouTube, it's just The Mystery Project. Let's get 100 people watching on YouTube, y'all. Come on. Come on. All right, let's continue.
You mentioned something about the school.
Did we hit the we hit the goal too. Thanks, y'all. I'm gonna get that updated.
Now, I want to read you something from the school. I want your reaction to this. So first,
oh shit, what's the school gonna say?
The principal of this school says, we are shocked and disturbed by this news. Our greatest concern is for the Rivercrest school community and the children impacted. Then a spokesperson for the school district said in part, quote, learning about a school staff member and alleged inappropriate conduct that breaches trust is deeply troubling for all of us. We understand the gravity of this situation and are committed to providing the necessary support for any child who may be impacted. We kindly request the school community to respect the privacy of Hudson students and their families and refrain from spreading rumors or speculation. They also provided counseling services for any of the students and the teachers who might be affected by these allegations. Talk to me about what you make of that.
Well, I think it's an inappropriate response. I think.
Yeah, that's just oops. Man. Oopsie daisy. Can't believe this happened. What? Y'all are crazy as hell for that. Delinda, thank you. Stella, thank you for the let 'em cooks. Appreciate it. Jen, thanks for the let 'em cook too.
The better action would have been to screen the teacher before this happened. But again, you have to be reasonable about the responsibilities of a school district. I mean, they're going to be shocked by this just as, the parent and the rest of the parents are in the school district. So this is not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to have to ask a 24-year-old teacher, do you think you're going to have a propensity to have a intimate contact with a 5th grader in your class? I mean, that it defies.
Why not? Shit, put that on the interview questions and see how they react. You know what I mean? Put that on the interview question. Just like come out of the blue with it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, yeah. You have a master's degree in this? Okay. And do you have a propensity? What did he say? Do you have a propensity for? I have to be careful what I say on TikTok, y'all.
You're not supposed to have to ask a 24-year-old teacher, do you think you're going to have a propensity to have a intimate contact?
To have intimate contact with one of the students. Yeah, put that on the test and see if they go, why the would you ask me that? Or if they're like, imagine if you ask her that question and she's over there like, hold on, I need a prop. Imagine she's got her phone in her hand, right? Oops, shit. She's over there, got her phone in her hand, right? She's like, a what? Excuse me? And they're like, in fact, we're gonna have to go through your phone. And she's like, phone? I don't have a cell phone. Phone? Who's got a cell phone? Then you go, we ain't hiring you. And then Chris Hansen comes in from the back office, and he's like,
You what?
With a 5th grader in your class. I mean, that it defies common sense that anybody would do that. But apparently we're at that period where we've seen so many of these cases where we need to ask that question and we need to screen for that. Because I've never, ever seen a level of this activity as we're seeing and as we've seen over the last year, especially 2 years.
Yep.
Social media.
It's shocking, but it sounds like the school district is doing everything it possibly can to deal with this situation. And rumors will run wild because that's the nature of the environment. Parents are going to kibitz about this and kids are going to talk about it. And there's going to be a lot of activity on social media and unfortunately a lot of joking about a very serious topic here.
And let me wrap this up with what we can expect here. So she has been charged with one count of first-degree child sexual assault with a child under the age of 13. My understanding of Wisconsin law, that defines it even as just sexual contact. So you didn't need to have intercourse in order to be found guilty of this Class B felony.
Damn, see ya.
Class B felony, again, my understanding is up to 60 years in prison. And with respect to her current legal state, she was let out on a $25,000 bond. She's not allowed to be on school property or have contact with the victim, of course, or anyone under the age of 18. She's also subject to GPS monitoring. She has been suspended, placed on administrative leave. No surprise there. Her next court appearance is at the end of the month on May 30th. Do you think that this is a situation where we may see a plea deal? Because I don't know how you defend against a case like this unless you say that.
Yeah, I think this is a tailor-made. Yeah, this is a tailor-made case, Jesse, for a plea or agreement in which she accepts responsibility.
Yeah, I would imagine so. And she have to do it for the first time in her life. It sounds like EMT Jamie. Great to see you. Shout out. Thanks for the Let 'em Cooks. Holy hell.
Has to go through treatment, counseling, perhaps, a small amount of jail time. You can debate the jail time and is that proper punishment without any prior history of this. It seems, depending on the jurisdiction, it seems like it's headed for a plea with lengthy probation, registration as a sex offender, and probably no jail time. Now, you want to know who I feel sorry for is the fiancee, who had all likelihood no idea this was going on. And how do you swallow this? I mean, God, I feel horrible for that fella and what he's dealing with right now.
It's one thing to, your significant others having an affair, but this is something entirely different.
That's crazy as hell is what it is. Tell it like it is. That is crazy as hell.
Yeah.
It's unforgivable. If the allegations are true, and it appears certainly
Yeah.
that there's strong evidence they are, this
Yep.
is one of those unforgivable
And-
things. And it's created enormous collateral damage
Yeah.
across an entire community. A fiance, a child, and an entire school district is reeling from this because one woman's fantasy.
And I would say, you know, there was maybe a way to defend it if it was just this young boy coming out and saying this happened. But when you have the
No way to
messages
defend
and you
it.
have the
There's no
notes,
way
the
to
messages, the
defend it.
notes
This
are
is-
just, yeah.
It's not a Romeo and Juliet
Right.
situation. This isn't a college undergraduate
no,
teaching
no.
assistant involved with a 17 or 18-year-old freshman. This is a child, plain and simple, being exploited and preyed upon by an adult. That's end of story.
OMG. Oh, God. What do y'all think? Is she going to get jail time? Is she just going to get probation? She's on the list. Fucked up, Madison. Madison. Give me a break. That is the craziest shit. Why is there so many female teachers coming out doing this crazy shit, y'all? Why is it happening right now? Oh, that's right. Lack of accountability. They think they can just do whatever the hell they want. They think they could do whatever the hell they want to do without consequences. Anyways, y'all come over to YouTube and Rumble. Just search the Mystery Project on YouTube and Rumble if you want to watch the videos with us, because this one is going to be crazy as hell. Darrell Brooks. Next up, we're going to talk about Darrell Brooks. This guy that went viral. Remember I think it was also in Wisconsin during the Christmas parade where he like drove his car into people and 6 people lost their lives because of it. Yeah, then he like represented himself and like went crazy during his trial or something like that. Yeah, you guys remember that? Remember that? Yeah. Let's take a listen. You guys ready? Oh my God. I'm gonna shrink myself down.
My goal was to have this man executed for slaughtering the
Hold up. Why is every single freaking video out of place? Hold on, y'all. This is not Darrell Brooks. This is Chad Doerman. And now he's facing the penalty. I don't know why it's doing that, y'all. Sorry. I put him in order, and then when I pop it down, when I like bounce it down, it freaks out. Okay, well, Chad Doerman, he's now facing the penalty.
3 little boys.
That was the prosecutor in Chad Doerman's case last year. But now Doerman says he shouldn't face the possibility of the death penalty as a punishment. I'll tell you why and what it means for his trial that was supposed to take place this summer. I have 3 new developments in Chad Doerman's case. Thanks for joining me for Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. There's a new twist in Chad Doerman's case in Ohio. His attorneys have filed a motion asking that the death penalty be removed as a possible punishment in his trial. Prosecutors are pursuing the death penalty against Doerman, who's charged with the premeditated murders of his 3 little boys, Clayton, Hunter, and Chase, in June of 2023. Those boys were just 7, 4, and 3 years old. I've told you before about the horrific, unthinkable crime. Doerman's accused of pulling a rifle from his gun safe and hunting each one of those little boys down one by one and shooting them. The boy's
remember this one, y'all?
mother
This one was and still is like unfreaking believably tragic.
called 911.
Taylor, thanks for the follow. Y'all, thanks for the follow. Keep tapping the screen. We hit 50,000 likes. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. Hit me with the Let 'em Cooks too if you want to.
As she tried to save them and even suffered a gunshot wound to the hand trying to stop Doerman. The boy's older stepsister also tried to save the boys, even running toward a fire station with one of them in her arms.
My daughter, she ran her to the fire department.
Sit down.
It's my stepdaughter.
Put him in the cage.
Doerman is accused of chasing after that girl and ordering her at gunpoint to put one of the boys down and then shooting him. And while I say Doerman
Holy hell.
is accused of these things, he's definitely accused of killing the boys. He hasn't been convicted of the crime, but he is also now admitting that he killed his sons, but says he was insane at the time he committed the murders, which is a separate matter from him arguing that he's too mentally ill to be put to death if he is convicted.
Oh my God, dude. I mean, just what an idiot. just you know what, Chad, just shut up. Plead guilty. Save everybody all this time and taxpayer dollars and everything. Just plead guilty, you vile piece of shit, and then accept the punishment and be put down, because that's the only thing that should happen here. There's no other, like, you spend your life in prison? No, thank you. You don't deserve it. You don't. So I don't know. Y'all let me know. Thumbs up in the chat. You agree.
In his motion to remove the death penalty from his case, Doerman's attorneys wrote, Mr. Doerman acknowledges that if the court finds that he is statutorily ineligible for a death sentence due to serious mental illness or SMI, and the jury convicts him of aggravated murder and one or more aggravating circumstance, the court will sentence him to life imprisonment without parole. Now, you might be asking yourself, what is a serious mental illness or SMI under Ohio law? What is it that could have been going on with Chad Doerman's mental health at the time? What was happening in his mind that would allow him or prompt him
to
hunt down his sons like that?
Who cares? You did it.
Well, it lists 4, the law does. They are schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, bipolar disorder, and delusional disorder. Exactly which one of these illnesses Chad Doerman claims to have or have had or has remains unclear. We should learn more about that when his lawyers file additional documents with the court. And really, this serious mental illness statute is relatively new in Ohio. It's just 3 years old. Judge Farron called this uncharted territory and explained how he'll determine whether Chad Doerman was indeed suffering from a serious mental illness at the time that he shot and killed his sons.
When he was sitting there and they on the body cam footage and they were arresting him, didn't seem like he was suffering from too much. He's just like, "Oh, I'm not gonna hurt you." So you were mentally aware enough to let the officers know that you weren't gonna hurt them because you knew that they would probably return the force, right? But you weren't mentally competent enough to know that your little kids, your little boys, weren't able to return that kind of weren't able to defend themselves. But you knew that you didn't know that was wrong, but you knew the consequences of if you fought the police and tried to come out with your firearm with the police. Make that make sense, Chad. You know what it sounds like? Sounds like you're a coward. Sounds like you're scared. And sounds like you don't want to be taken out. Oh, that sounds eerily familiar. Probably the same feeling all 3 of your kids had, Chad. You vile, disgusting pile of trash. Ugh. This dude pisses me off, y'all. Sorry, I'm going to get heated. I need some more gin and tonic. I don't have a lime, though. I forgot to squeeze a fresh lime in my gin and tonic. Centered. Okay, y'all, TikTok. Hit the follow button if you're new here. Tap the screen like crazy. Hit me with the little let 'em cooks. Help support the show. When we hit the little goals for TikTok, y'all, they just spread the live stream out. I appreciate it. And you can come over to YouTube if you want and watch the videos with us. Just search The Mystery Project on YouTube. You'll find it. Subscribe. Come on over. There's 45 people there. And we're also live on Rumble. We got 200, almost 200, 190 people on Rumble as well. Just search The Mystery Project, y'all. All right, let's keep going.
While the statute labels this as a pretrial hearing, it's really a much more complex and detailed hearing. And as I call it, it's not a pretrial hearing, it's a pretrial trial, simply limited to whether the death penalty can be eliminated or can be maintained based upon the statutory conditions there.
So there's going to be a mini trial of sorts in August. Experts from both sides will testify about their examination of Chad Doerman and his mental state at the time that Clayton, Hunter, and Chase were killed. Now, this is a question of whether the death penalty is a punishment that Chad Doerman should face Should the jury actually be allowed to consider the death penalty as a punishment? Again, this is a separate issue from whether Chad Doerman is not guilty by reason of insanity or mental disease or defect. He changed his plea to
Oh, he's a defect, all right.
not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect or insanity, meaning he's claiming he didn't know what he was doing was wrong at the time that he did it. He's admitting he killed his sons, but saying he was so mentally ill at the time, he didn't know what he was doing was wrong. We'll have more on that and what Doerman said that day later in the show. But first, there was some interesting information in the court documents about
Oh, Lord, here we go. Heather, thanks for the follow. Y'all, TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here.
what doctors who evaluated Chad Doerman found. Doerman claims that Dr. Bob Stinson, a board-certified forensic psychologist, examined him and found that he had a severe mental disease at the time of the alleged commission of the offenses that caused him to not appreciate the wrongfulness of his actions and met the requirements for NGRI or not guilty by reason of insanity. The defense says Dr. Stinson is expected to file a companion report saying that Doerman suffered from a serious mental illness at the time of the murders. The defense also mentions, though, that another professional, Dr. Emily Davis, found that Mr. Doerman had a severe mental disease at the time of the alleged offenses, but differed with Dr. Stinson regarding Mr. Doerman's appreciation of the wrongfulness of his actions. And that document was actually filed under seal. Now, because this is going to happen, this mini trial of sorts about Chad Doerman's mental state at the time that the boys were killed, his trial is not going to begin in July as anticipated, and he's waived his right to a speedy trial. The judge actually questioned Doerman about this.
And just briefly, Mr. Doerman, I know that Mr. Myers and Mr. Haynes have been representing you, but they've discussed these matters with you, in particular the waiver of your speedy trial rights, as Mr. Myers has just stated.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're in full agreement with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
And understandably, this is upsetting to the surviving victims. That would be Clayton Chase and Hunter's mother, stepsister, and other family members. They want this to move forward as quickly as possible.
Based on
yeah.
We've spoken with
I think we all do.
the surviving victims. They want to, obviously, they understand that this is a long process, but they do want to have this wrapped up as soon as possible, so that they can begin to close this chapter of their lives and move on from the court process.
Joining me to discuss this latest set of developments in Chad Doerman's case is someone who's been following it very closely. He's Josh Ritter. He's a former prosecutor, also a defense attorney, and the host of Courtroom Confidential on YouTube. So, Josh, your reaction to the defense basically telling the judge, look, our client was so mentally ill at the time that he committed these crimes that he should not even face the death penalty as a possible punishment.
Yeah, I'll tell you, as disturbing as this case is and as troubling as it is, and as much as I want this man to see the most justice that he can possibly see.
Yeah, Rosie, thanks for the roses. Very sweet of you.
I will tell you, this argument does have some legs to it. According to the Constitution, both in his state and the U.S. Constitution, there's a protection against cruel and unusual punishment. And the law has been changing and understanding more recently that should include people who are suffering from serious mental illness. And that's the argument that his team is making here, is that he was suffering from serious mental illness. So
what about the cruel and unusual situation?
Therefore, he couldn't appreciate the gravity and consequences of his actions at the time, and therefore shouldn't be eligible for the death penalty. It's a very similar argument to what we see, which he's also entered into in this case, for a not guilty by insanity defense.
And as I mentioned earlier,
doesn't that it's so weird, y'all. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. That's crazy. I feel like, I mean, they say, oh, he was so mentally ill and all this stuff. It was so crazy. He just had no idea what he's doing. Doesn't that warrant it more at that point? Like, how would you say that? Oh, well, because of all this and he's seriously mentally ill and all that stuff, he deserves to be found not guilty because of that. What? No. Isn't the whole purpose to keep that kind of illness and that kind of person away from the general society, like society as a whole? Isn't that the reason?
The show, these are kind of...
Let's continue before I get even more upset. Stella, thanks for the Let 'em Cooks. Antoinette, thank you for the heartbeat. Y'all hit me with the little Let 'em Cook things. We got to hit goals for TikTok. It's TikTok and they don't care about creators. So we got to hit their little thing so they'll share the stream out. Let's go.
2 companion arguments, but they're 2 separate arguments, because right here, what they're arguing is that the jury shouldn't even hear about the death penalty. This should not be a death penalty qualified jury, which adds another layer of complexity to even selecting the juror. So they're saying you shouldn't even talk about the death penalty. This shouldn't be a punishment. We're basically conceding that he did this. Okay, that's what they're saying. We're conceding he did this, but that he was so mentally ill at the time, he didn't appreciate the wrongfulness of his actions. That's the not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect.
What?
But we're saying he was so mentally ill as well, the second part of this, that he shouldn't even face death as a punishment. And there's going to be a mini trial of sorts, because the law changed in Ohio about 3 years ago, the judge said. And really, there's going to have to be a mini trial for the judge to determine whether or not the defense can provide enough evidence by a preponderance of the evidence to show that Chad Doerman should not face the death penalty as a possible punishment. So explain to me preponderance of the evidence as a legal standard, Josh.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They're going to have essentially a mini trial. They're going to have experts called in, and this is unique because the judge is going to need.
Wait, so I mean, come on. So you're so mentally ill that you had no idea what you were doing is wrong, yet now you're totally back, and you're like, wait, I don't want to be. Wouldn't you still be so mentally ill that it wouldn't matter to you if you were put down or not? And you'd be like, oh, I'm facing the what penalty? Well, I can't understand the gravity of that either because I'm so mentally ill, right? That's what he should be, right? Or is it just so fucking convenient that he wasn't in that moment, and then afterwards and now he's just snapped back to reality and goes, oh, I have no idea what I did. I can't be held responsible. Give me a break. Man, you crazy as hell for that. You're going to burn in hell, though. You know what you can't escape? Burning in hell. You can go down there and claim whatever the hell you want and then burn.
To decide this issue about his mental, not competency, but whether or not he was suffering from some sort of serious mental illness before it even sees the light of day at trial. And you're right.
And who just said it? But somebody said, don't you have to be suffering a pretty serious mental illness to be able to do this, period? Because thank God, the overwhelming majority of us are never going to do this or anything close to this. And guess what? We all have mental illness. Literally every one of us has something. Every one of us has something. But we're not going to do this. Don't lie. Y'all know you walk around your house making weird-ass faces and talking to yourself in the mirror and being like, oh, yeah, you know, singing Mulan or whatever. Somehow I'll make a man out of you. We all do shit like that. Okay? We all have mental illness. And in this case, I do not believe it's an excuse. Chad.
I'd like to point out, this is a lower standard. Preponderance is much lower than beyond a reasonable doubt. Preponderance just says more likely than not. So if the judge feels that more likely than not he was suffering from some sort of serious mental illness, he's going to take the death penalty off the table. And as you pointed out, this is not a small thing because it will hugely impact jury selection. It will no longer be what we call a death qualified jury, meaning...
Oh, Lord. Stop telling my secrets, Patrick. McGinna, good to see you somehow. I'll make a man out of you.
Usually when you have a death qualified jury, you have people who kind of lean more towards law enforcement, more conservative. So he's going to have the advantage of not having those jurors as part of the jury pool going into the trial itself.
And let me just tell you, Claremont County, Ohio, where this happened, it's one county east of Hamilton County, where Cincinnati is in Ohio. This is an area I covered for years in local news. It's a more conservative area. So you're going to have a more conservative jury pool anyway. And the judge had already said, because this trial was supposed to happen in July, now that's not happening. They've already sent out 750 questionnaires to potential jurors because they have to do that in a death penalty case. So now that whole thing is kind of gone. That's just not even a thing right now. So that's kind of pushed off to the side so they can have this mini trial of sorts in
after yoga
August. And so if you have let's say the judge finds by a preponderance of the evidence that he was suffering from a severe mental illness at the time that he committed these crimes, then you just bring in a regular jury and they decide whether it could appreciate that what he was doing was right or wrong. That will be the question the jury will have to determine, or whether he is guilty indeed of aggravated murder and he will get life in prison.
You're absolutely right. And it also changes the dynamic of how the defense attorneys handle the case, because usually when you have a case where you have death penalty on the table, it's a bifurcated trial. You have a trial on the facts themselves to decide guilt. Then if they find him guilty.
Morgan, that's a damn good point. Y'all, that's a damn good point. Morgana says, I get a mental break, but crazy doesn't, or don't target. You said don't target. It hits everyone. That's true. If he literally completely snapped and he just, why wasn't everybody? Why was it just the little kids? I mean, I guess he did. The wife got hit through the hand, but that was because she was holding the little one, wasn't it? And then the girl was running toward the 16-year-old, right? The stepdaughter was running towards the firehouse, right? But she was holding the other one, wasn't she? That's a good point. I mean, thank God that the mom and the daughter did survive, but you're right though. Y'all, TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. Tap the screen like crazy. 75,000 likes. We're almost there. Hit me with the let them cook so TikTok will continue to share the stream out. We're at 71. We're trying to get 111. Thank you for the TikTok gifts, y'all. You don't have to do that, but I appreciate it. If you want to watch the video with us too, come over to YouTube. Just search The Mystery Project. The Mystery Project or The Mystery Project True Crime on YouTube. You'll find it. Or on Rumble. We're live on Rumble and YouTube. Shout out to you guys. All right, let's keep going. Let us keep going.
Then you go into a whole new phase, the penalty phase, trying to decide the death penalty. And it's difficult for defense attorneys to try to figure out how strong are they going to go on the guilt phase so that they maintain some credibility for the penalty phase. Whereas here, if that's off the table, they can make their arguments as strong as they want. And like you pointed out, their arguments aren't even he didn't do it. Their arguments are just simply that he didn't have the mental capacity to appreciate the consequences of his actions.
There are 4.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Serious mental illnesses. Back to this whole question about whether or not he should even be eligible for the death penalty. There are 4 that the statute lists, and they are schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, bipolar disorder, and delusional disorder. And those are the 4. We don't know at this time which disorder Dr. Stinson has found that Chad Doerman was suffering from or was diagnosed with at the time that he killed his sons. I mean, he's admitting he killed his sons. That's not the legal question here. But they're gonna have to determine whether he suffers from those 4, one of those 4, I'm assuming, according to statute or some variation of the 4. Then the process.
Moonlight Kitten, long time no see. Good to see you. Yeah, right. Molasses is exactly right. He knew enough to surrender. Yeah.
Prosecution, they're going to have an expert who's going to come in
out like that
as well, Josh, and testify to what? Is this person going to testify to the exact opposite? We don't know, because that person was just kind of enlisted by the prosecution to do this work in the last week or so. So do you expect that the person for the prosecution will automatically find he wasn't suffering from some sort of serious mental illness?
Such a great question, because listen, the facts themselves almost speak towards the idea that he's suffering from some sort of serious, severe mental illness here. You have an unmotivated crime. No one appears to understand why he would do something this horrible and horrific. So already, I think, just from a layperson's perspective, you believe that something must be wrong with this individual. And you're right, the prosecution is going to have to argue they're walking a fine line, because I think they have to concede that there was something he was dealing with, some sort of mental crisis. But does that rise to the level of him not being able to appreciate his actions and therefore being ineligible for the death penalty? And I think that kind of legal, nuanced argument is where they're going to try to score as many points as they can with the judge. The other thing to think about here is that you're asking a judge with this kind of a tragedy to take the death penalty off the table and take that out of the hands of the community, essentially. There might be some other considerations in the back of that judge's mind of whether or not he really wants to take this step, realizing the backlash that the community may have to not hold this type of a person responsible in that way.
But the judge is also retiring at the end of the year.
Very good point. Very good point. And you would expect that the judges, right, you would expect the judges follow the law regardless of outside pressures. It's just an element to think about, but that's also a good point.
Yeah, and not to take away from the tragedy of this at all, because it is a tragedy. Those little boys should be here. And we're going to talk more about those little boys here in just a little bit. But the judge is retiring at the end of the year. They talked about the possibility of bringing in maybe a visiting judge who would be death penalty qualified to take over once he retires at the end of the year. But this is going to be a big question that this judge is going to have to decide. And
Lindsay, good night.
And these circumstances do kind of beg the question, what was going on with him? Because the allegation, Josh, is that he came home from work early. He gets a gun out of the safe. He's walking around with a Bible saying Chad knows what's right. And he hunts down his little boys and kills them, executes them, and then sits on the porch. It's on body camera footage with a rifle next to him and waits for these cops to take him into custody. He knows he's going to jail. And then he's like, just nonchalantly, as they're putting the cuffs on him, saying things like, hey, can you get my wallet out of my pocket? It's kind of bothering me. I'm not going to hurt you. Like, it kind of, you're like, what is going on with this guy? I mean, it boggles the mind.
Yes, it does.
It's hard to imagine a crime more disturbing and more offensive than this. I mean, the idea that he lined them up, these little boys who, by the way, the only person in the whole world that they're expecting to protect them is this man who's committing this crime of taking their lives. He's hunting them down. And the more and more you think about it, the more and more it's disturbing to you. And
oh God,
there's the problem, right? Is that it's so bizarre and so disturbing, and we can't wrap our heads around it. That will we feel that this, or will the judge feel that this man was obviously suffering from some severe mental illness? But then at the same time, isn't this exactly the type of person that, if we're going to have capital punishment in this country, isn't it exactly this type of a crime that's reserved for? And
yes.
So again, it's a difficult decision. I do not envy this judge having to make this call.
No, not at all. And this mini trial of sorts, and the judge even said we're in uncharted territories because this hasn't really been something that's been argued a lot because the statute is so relatively new. This will take place in August. Both sides will present experts and testimony. It will be open to the public. We will be able to see what is being argued. And then the judge will have this big decision to make. So the prosecution believes Chad Doerman should be put to death. They said that last year when they said they would seek the death penalty. This is what the prosecution wants. So we will see what happens as we learn more about what mental illness Chad Doerman is believed to suffer from. Josh Ritter, host of Courtroom Confidential, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
So let's take a look back now at some of the things that Chad Doerman said the day that his boys were killed.
Oh, God.
Stand up! Go!
That was Chad Doerman as Claremont County Sheriff's deputies took him in.
Look, he had his damn shoes off. He was right-minded enough to know, oh, I should take my shoes off before I go in the house. Y'all notice that? Look, I'll go back a little bit. Look.
That his boys were killed.
Stand up! Go!
Look, those are socks right there. So you're going to try to tell me that you were not mentally aware enough to know that taking the lives of your 3 little boys was wrong, but you were mentally aware enough to know that you don't walk in the house with your shoes on? Something doesn't make sense, y'all. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. 75,000 likes. We're almost there. Let's hit it, y'all. 75,000 likes. Everybody tap the screen like crazy. And let's hit this last little goal for the, we got like 40 of them left, y'all. The little let them cooks. Hit me with them, y'all. But for real, though, smart enough to do that, but not smart enough to understand what he was doing with that rifle is wrong. Give me a break.
That was Chad Doerman as Claremont County Sheriff's deputies took him into custody that terrible day in June of last year. It was moments after prosecutors said he shot his little boys, their lives snuffed out in a matter of minutes.
Can I roll over? I ain't gonna hurt you. I ain't gonna hurt nobody.
You got anything on you?
No, I ain't got nothing, man. Phone, that's it.
During a hearing that resulted in Doerman's statement to law enforcement being suppressed, the detective, Mike Ross, recalled some things that Doerman said during the interview.
He had made a comment that the Bible says that you kill your firstborn, you kill your secondborn, you kill your thirdborn, but first you're supposed to kill your wife. I didn't kill my wife. So I really thought that was a very important comment that he had just made.
Jesus.
And I wanted him to repeat to me some of the things that he had said, and I was asking him about that, and he cut me off. He stopped me from talking and said, I'll just, in all one sentence, he says, I'll just wait for a lawyer. I really don't know. Like, give me a couple days, I'll talk to a lawyer and get nice, good answers. He says that all in basically one breath.
Oh my God. Desiree, good to see you. Thanks for the Let 'em Cooks. Y'all hit me with those Let 'em Cooks. Let's crush that goal real quick. No off the grid action yet. No off the grid action yet. Support the show directly if you want. Y'all check out thehauntedSide.com. You can find the merch. You can find all kinds of ways to support the show directly if you want to. You clearly don't have to. But I do appreciate the love, y'all. It helps me go live every night. Get a little shout out, too. Watch what happens.
And there were some things that Doerman said when detectives were not in the room.
He said, almost like under his breath, like a whisper, what the fuck did I do? Another point, he says, what the fuck did she let me do?
Whoa.
Yeah. Another time, it looked like he was checking the back of his shirt for blood. There was another point where he's looking around and he says, where's the cameras? Where's the cameras? So he was looking for cameras.
Getting lost in the legal proceedings and the questions about Doerman's rights and his mental state are those little boys, Clayton, Hunter, and Chase. Their obituary said that Clayton was known as Clayton Man and loved making Lego creations, telling jokes and riding his go-kart and laughing while loving his best dog pal, Gatlin. Family called Hunter, Hunter Dog. The 4-year-old loved going to the creek and catching frogs and playing baseball and called his mom and sister, quote, pretty girls. And little Chase, known as Chasers, he loved swinging on swings and wanted to be a baseball player like his big brothers. He loved playing with dinosaurs and pretending to be a superhero. He was the best cuddler and will be forever known as Mama's baby.
Oh, God. And you got dealt the shit hand of having this loser. Oh. It kills me, y'all. It absolutely breaks my freaking heart. I have an 8-year-old little boy, and like, what? There's not a damn thing I wouldn't do to protect him. I couldn't imagine. Like, it hurts me when I have to, like, discipline him. You know what I mean? Like, when he's not listening and I have to be like, no iPad, you know, or something like that. Even that inside, I'm like, you know, because I'm like, I have everything, you know, but you can't do that. You don't want them to turn out to be a little shit. But I can't imagine purposely hurting your kids like that. Insane. What a sick person. Y'all, thanks for hitting the goal. Appreciate that. Look at that. Crushing the goals over on the TikToks. Very much appreciated. Okay, now we're going to talk about the Darrell Brooks guy. Because I don't know why the videos are going, like, getting all out of whack for some reason. Where is he? Bam, there he is. This guy. Oh, Gianna, thanks for the keys. Thanks for the kiss, Gianna. Oh, my goodness. Caffeinated Sloth in the house, too. Welcome in. Y'all. Hit the follow button if you're new here. 75,000 likes. We're nearly there. Let's crush that, and then let's get 100,000 likes. Plus, y'all come over to YouTube. We got 48 people watching on YouTube. Excuse me. And we got 250 on Rumble. Y'all, Rumble, hit the thumbs up button. We only got 38 likes on Rumble. And on YouTube, I think we have 32. I think we have 32 likes on YouTube. 31. So come on over, y'all. YouTube, it's just search The Mystery Project. You'll find it. And hit me with the hearts, y'all. We need 10 of them. And we've got one so far. Let's go.
No one is going to pretend that we're going to introduce Mr. Brooks and no one's going to know who he is.
He's a defendant who's gone viral for his wild outbursts, his courtroom misconduct, and his heinous attack on innocent parade goers.
Jeez, Louise.
Out in Waukesha.
Oh, God. Gianna, thank you so much.
Waukesha, Wisconsin. Darrell Brooks Jr. was set to face new charges in a separate trial, but at the last minute chose to accept a plea deal.
Oh, God. Is it Piera or Fiera? Thank you for the heart me. Very much appreciated.
Breaking down what happened in court. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law&Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Darrell Brooks Jr. is no stranger to the Wisconsin court system. No, in 2022, he was convicted of intentionally driving his red SUV into a Christmas parade route in Waukesha, killing 6 people, wounding dozens of others. He's currently serving 6 life sentences for that attack, as well as another 2 years in prison after he pleaded guilty to carrying a firearm as a convicted felon back in 2020. Prosecutors had charged him for shooting at his nephew. Now, Brooks was supposed to go to trial this week again in Milwaukee, accused of running over the mother of one of his children back in November of 2021, just weeks before the parade attack. Well, during Friday's final pretrial hearing, the judge addressed the elephant in the courtroom.
Jury selection is going to be our biggest hurdle. What I have thought, just on my own, and I don't know if the parties have thought about this. I don't know if anybody would think that a court trial would be a preferable way to go to avoid any of those potential issues that would arise with having a jury and trying to seat a jury with a case that has not, this case is not notorious, but certainly Mr. Brooks's other case is notorious. And we certainly will do our best to seat a fair and impartial jury. But that's just off the top of my head. I think that might be the best way. But of course, Mr. Brooks, that is ultimately his decision on whether it would be a court trial or a jury trial. So I just throw that out there. Nobody's requested that at this point. There has been a request for a jury trial, so we will plan on that. But it is just some food for thought that it may be a way to allow for evidence to be presented without the potential tangential issues that would arise with a jury. So that's just something to think about.
True Crime Vanish, good to see you.
In addition to that, if I'm going to go with on the assumption at this point that we are having a jury trial, I have not prepared any written information. I will prepare that over the weekend and give it to the parties, and we can certainly talk about it. But I think we have to address it. No one is going to pretend that we're going to introduce Mr. Brooks and no one's going to know who he is. So obviously it's not going to be, one of the standard questions I asked during voir dire is, has anyone heard anything about this case or about this defendant or had any opinion as to anything? That may foreclose us from seating any of the people that we bring in for voir dire right off the bat, because it was a big deal. The Waukesha case was a big deal. So I will prepare something. Do the parties have thoughts, or do you want to prepare something as well, and we can kind of put something together as far as a preliminary statement to the jurors? I mean, obviously advising them that this needs to be, you will only judge this case on this evidence, and, you know, asking those questions if they can be fair and impartial and put out of their minds anything that they may know about Mr. Brooks.
You may notice, by the way, that Brooks is in a wheelchair. He's been seen in a wheelchair ever since his conviction in the parade trial. We don't really know why. Likely some kind of medical issue, because he's not restrained in that chair. But Brooks has been, maybe surprisingly, very cooperative so far. He first appeared in court on these charges back on November 5th, 2021. Brooks was charged with recklessly endangering safety, disorderly conduct, and battery. All those charges were modifiers of domestic abuse because Brooks and the victim in this case is ex.
Tim, thanks for the heart puffs. What was it called? Love puffs.
Erica Patterson. They had been in a relationship and share a daughter. Now, a cash bond of $1,000 was set and an order was signed saying Brooks couldn't have any contact with Patterson and he couldn't have any dangerous weapons. But we know that just 2 weeks later, Brooks would drive his mother's car into the parade route. Now, on Monday, when jury selection was supposed to start in this new trial, there was a last-minute meeting between the lawyers and the judge, and it was announced that Darrell Brooks was going to plead no contest to some of the charges and not go to trial. Now, a no contest plea, to be clear.
Whoa. Desiree, thanks for the heart.
It doesn't mean that Brooks is admitting or denying guilt. He's basically acknowledging that the state likely has enough evidence to convict him and he won't challenge it with the defense.
We are here. It is the day that our trial was scheduled, but I have plea paperwork and I understand that the parties have reached an agreement. Mr. Torbenson, do you want to put the state's offer on the record?
Case ending 4596, the state anticipates Mr. Brooks entering a no contest plea to count 3, second-degree recklessly endangering safety as an act of domestic abuse. Based upon that plea to count 3, the remaining charges would be dismissed and read in for consideration at sentencing. As to case ending 5020, the state anticipates Mr. Brooks entering a plea of no contest to count 1, felony intimidation of a victim. Based upon that plea, the state would move the court to dismiss and read in the remaining 2 charges for consideration of sentencing. At the time of sentencing, the state will recommend that the court sentence Mr. Brooks to a substantial term in the Wisconsin state prison system. We would leave the ultimate interpretation of that to the sound discretion of the court. The defense would be completely free to argue for the appropriate sentence.
It also contemplates the amended
information's
not being filed.
Okay. Mr. Torbenson, you talked about count 3 as charged, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Mr. Jones, is that your understanding of the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor, and I actually did an attachment of an email string between the state and I for clarity of the record.
Okay, I appreciate that. And
I had Mr. Brooks' initial next to the offer section.
great. You're planning or anticipating that it will be a no contest plea. Do you want to make a record as to why that is rather than a guilty plea?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is entering a no contest plea. In those discussions, I indicated that he understands that he'll be found guilty, but he is standing silent he's not contesting the allegations because of potential civil liability, which he may or may not be exposed to with respect to these charges, and therefore we've negotiated a no contest plea. But I will tell you that he understands he'll be found guilty. This is not a maintaining of innocence thing. This has an issue. This is a legal decision based upon potential civil liability.
All right. And the state that was part of your offer, and you are willing to accept a no contest plea for those purposes?
I am understanding that the victim, Ms. Patterson, can still seek restitution in these matters if she so wishes. We are not objecting.
All right. All right. And the court is willing to accept it for the reasons that have been stated on the record. The named victim will have the opportunity to put in a request for restitution that is separate from a civil liability thing. So that will still be a potential that will be part of this. So, Mr. Brooks, it is my understanding that you are planning to enter a guilty plea today to
no contest.
See, I told you I would do it.
I know you did.
It is habit. I apologize. A no contest plea to 2 of these charges that are pending against you. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Have you had any drugs or alcohol?
Damn, hot mic.
In the past 24 hours?
No, Your Honor.
Are you on any medications?
No, Your Honor.
Are there any medications you're supposed to be taking that you have not taken?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So what is your plea then in 21 CF 4596 of second-degree recklessly endangering safety with the domestic abuse assessment?
No contest, Your Honor.
All right. And in 21 CF 5020, intimidation, felony intimidation of a victim?
No contest, Your Honor.
All right.
And there are a number of reasons why somebody would plead no contest.
God, can you imagine? The hardest part about being like an attorney or the judge is having to be nice to these people, like having to be cordial to these people. You know what I mean? I feel like if I was a judge, man, I'd be relieved of my duties like almost immediately because I'd be screaming and hollering. I'd be back there like, what the fuck? I'd flip my desk. I'd be throwing the what's it called? The gravel? What's it called? The thing? Pow. Court is in session. Gavel. That's the word. Not gravel. What'd I say? Gavel. I'd be throwing that at people. Just like straight up. Just like, what? Blink. Ooh, no contest that. You piece of garbage. Gavel. Yeah. I figured it out, y'all, eventually. But that's crazy as hell. All right, let's keep going. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. Tap the screen like crazy. We got the 75,000. What? Oop, wrong button. Let's go for 100K. Hit me with the hearts too, y'all. We got to hit these goals so TikTok will spread the word about the live stream. And if you want to watch the videos along with us, come on over to YouTube. We're live right now on YouTube. Just search the Mystery Project on YouTube. You can find it. We got 60 people watching on YouTube, and we got 260 people watching on Rumble. So rumble.com/The Mystery Project or The Mystery Project on YouTube. Come hang out, y'all. I appreciate you guys. Hit the follow button too, TikTok, and hit me with the hearts. Come on, let's get 7 of them real quick. Let's crush that goal so TikTok will just keep spreading the word. And we got quite a few more cases after this one, y'all.
Contest, you avoid a big trial. There's no public admission of guilt. Sure, it would affect your rights to appeal. Could definitely have an impact on civil cases, but it's definitely an option other than ultimately pleading guilty. Sentencing is going to be held in August, but Brooks is headed back to prison either way. It doesn't really change the impact of his life. What we have seen here in this case is very different, though.
Vinny, thank you so much. I'm here and on YouTube. Celeste, you found the secret sauce. Celeste, I'm going to pin that one. There you go. See, y'all put YouTube up on your TV or on your iPad, and then just have the TikTok chat open on your phone. I'm just saying.
From what we saw during the Christmas parade massacre case. Why do I say that? I say that because in that 2022 trial, Brooks and his courtroom behavior were on full display. It's what really, really brought a lot of attention to this case, other than the fact that this was a horrific crime where 6 innocent people were killed and others were injured and severely traumatized by what happened. But going back to his behavior, this was in the days before his case even got underway. He chose to go pro se, meaning he would act as his own attorney.
He represented himself.
You remember this?
I'm a grown man with grown kids. Ain't nobody gonna talk to me like that. Nobody.
Excuse me?
You what?
You sound crazy as hell talking like that.
I don't have a problem with doing what you asked me to do, not tell me. Just like when I asked you about subject matter jurisdiction that you have yet to prove on the record. But somehow I'm being intentionally disruptive.
Because you're going to jail for life 6 times over. Crazy as hell. Mel here and on Rumble. Shout out. Yeah. Lisa here and Rumble. Yes.
Come on, man. Stop. Just stop it.
Jury's coming out.
All rise for the jury. Not gonna work.
There were times during that trial that Brooks was so disruptive that he had to be moved to another courtroom where he could sort of participate, but he was muted if the judge deemed whatever he was doing or saying inappropriate. You might remember that he removed his shirt. He also built a fort out of evidence boxes. He would wave his arms.
You what?
He built a fort out of evidence boxes? Yeah. You going to jail.
He could be seen on camera, refused to wear the headphones so he could hear what was going on. And when he was allowed back in the courtroom, he continued to disrespectfully challenge Judge Jennifer Darrow.
All right, the jury's coming back out, and I'm going to warn you, if you bring this up again, I will pause and I will remove you to the next courtroom for being disrespectful.
I object to that.
Did you hear what I said, sir?
No, I did not. I object to that, Your Honor.
See, I'll make the appropriate record. Stop interrupting me. The jury's coming out. We're continuing with this trial despite your repeated efforts to disrupt.
That's a
Yesterday,
mischaracterization
sit
of the
down.
record.
Yesterday alone, sir, 17 interruptions, not including the opportunity that I gave you where you spent 50 minutes, okay, discussing what were primarily either irrelevant or baseless accusations and requests not based in law or fact. I was abundantly patient with you yesterday.
And you still haven't verified by proof any of what I
And
said.
none of
Your
that
Honor.
is required, sir.
Because it is. You can't verify
Your
any proof.
belief
Where's
that
the
that's the
subject matter-
law
where's the subject matter
doesn't make it
jurisdiction?
so, Mr. Brooks.
Despite all of his efforts to defend himself, Darrell Brooks was convicted on all 76 charges, including 6 counts of first-degree intentional homicide. Jury deliberated for only a few hours before reaching that decision. On November 16th, Judge Darrow sentenced Brooks to 6 life sentences plus 700 years. We learned a lot about Brooks's tumultuous
Dear God. What an idiot. That's why you do not represent yourself. Or actually, more importantly, that's just why you don't do that. That's why you don't do those things.
relationship with Erica Patterson during the course of this Waukesha trial, which brings us back to the case at
Tony.
hand. In fact,
Amen to that. I remember here. Yeah, I remember that too.
Patterson says that she got into a fight with Brooks just before he took off toward downtown where that parade was happening. And it always has been a point of contention if that was a motivation for what he did. So the prosecution called Patterson as a witness.
Describe for us what happened when Mr. Brooks first arrived in Frame Park, when you first saw him that day.
We were still arguing, pretty much. He was already in a bad mood when he met up with me anyways.
This is an argument that face-to-face using words, not messaging,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you get in the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay, and what happened next?
We drove around and we were arguing, and that's when we got into the altercation in the car, and that's when I jumped out. We were up the hill.
Do you remember exactly the route that the two of you took while you were driving around?
Objection, relevancy.
Overruled. She may answer.
Yes, I do. I'm not sure the exact street names. Like I said, I'm not from Waukesha, but I do know the route.
What happened once you got up at the top of the hill?
He drove up farther more, and then that's when I jumped. It was on the up the hill. It was farther more, and then that's when he hit me, and I jumped out of his car. Well, his mother's car.
Where were you sitting when he hit you?
The passenger side front seat.
Where was he sitting?
Driver's side.
What did
Dear
he use
God.
to hit you?
His hand.
Was it an open hand, a closed fist?
Yes. What was it? Like this, sorry, like his open hand.
Okay.
But it was hard. Cause
So
it,
the record should reflect that the witness raised her right hand and
yes.
kind of waved it almost like a back slap.
No, harder than that.
What did you do after Mr. Brooks struck you?
Oh my God. Cynthia, thanks for the follow. Edna Cruz, thanks for the follow. Oh, hit me with the hearts too. We got four left. This is crazy.
Cried, and then I just jumped out of the car. And then going towards down the hill, that's when he was following me.
Describe how you were going down the hill.
Walking down the hill.
And how was he going down the hill?
Driving.
The red Ford Escape?
Yes.
Okay. What happened next?
He just followed me all the way to the park.
Okay.
He tried to take my phone from me at the light going down the hill, and he just kept following me and arguing with me out the window.
Miss Patterson, who's that in the picture?
That's me.
And that photograph was taken
The day of the parade?
November 21st?
Yes.
The night?
Yes.
Okay. And what injuries do we see in that video, in that photograph?
That is my left eye that was swollen.
Your left eye would have been the eye closest to the defendant, based on your description of where you and the defendant were sitting in the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. And how did you sustain that injury?
From him, Mr. Brooks, when he hit me.
Ms. Patterson, Did you consent in any way to being struck in the face?
No.
But here's the thing. Since he was representing himself, Brooks had the opportunity to cross-examine his own ex-girlfriend.
And during that time, did you make any disparaging remarks or anything to entice the argument to escalate?
No.
So you didn't say anything at all during your 30 minutes with the alleged defendant?
No, because I was crying the whole time because Mr. Brooks was yelling at me, arguing with me.
Hey, guess what, dumbass? Even if she did, you still do not ever put your hands on a woman. And to be quite frank, you need a whole lot of disparagement. She should have been disparaging your ass the whole time. To be quite frank. In fact, you probably needed somebody else to give you some disparagement too. Maybe a dad, maybe a friend. Somebody needed to you a little bit. So you go, oh, shit, I probably shouldn't do this crazy ass emotional shit and take people's lives. Innocent ass people that are going to a Christmas parade, you sick. Anyways, welcome back, y'all. Oh my God. My name's Patrick. If you like true crime, hit the follow button TikTok, hit the follow button YouTube, or subscribe button YouTube, hit the follow button Rumble. Come on over. TikTok, if you want to watch the video with us, search for the Mystery Project on YouTube. We're live right now. Or search the Mystery Project on Rumble. We got 60 people on YouTube. We got 260 people on Rumble. And we got 432 people on TikTok. Thank you for the love, you guys. TikTok, hit me with the hearts so we can crush this goal. So TikTok will just keep spreading the word about the live stream. We need 6 more of the hearts. Hit me with them, y'all. Tap the screen too. Let's get 100,000 likes. We're close. We're at 85,000, y'all. Come on. Everybody tap the screen. Hit me with the hearts. And let's keep going. We got some body cam footage ones to watch after this, y'all. So don't worry.
So you said absolutely nothing at all?
I was crying the whole time.
Did you say anything?
No.
A few more questions.
Okay.
You said that during this, once you had got out of the vehicle, as you say, you stated that your friend Miss Corey pulled you away from the vehicle because it swerved.
Yes, it was in the video.
You do know that we just saw the video. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, but there's 2 angles of the video.
Man, this dude is crazy as hell. You know who is not crazy as hell? Anita. Thank you so much for the Cash App. You got me a little coffee action for a coffee. Thank you so much. First off the grid of the night, y'all. I appreciate the love and the support. Anita, thanks for the Cash App. Very sweet of you. Y'all, thehauntedSide.com. If you want to support the show, you can find all kinds of ways. Let's keep going.
Well, we only saw one, so I'm referring to the video that we saw.
Corey pulled me out the way when Mr. Brooks made a U-turn. And you almost swerved into Miss Patterson, which is me.
Would it be fair to say that the video does not show that?
There's different angles, but the video does not show that. The video we watched.
Bit awkward, to say the
yeah, I agree, Jesse.
least. I think that's a fair assessment. We also heard from...
Oh, Tempe! Thank you. It's funny because it doesn't come through with the TikTok names. It just says, boop, boop, boop. Oh, never mind. That's literally your at.
Officer Jeremy Phillips of the Waukesha Police Department. He interacted with Patterson that day as her friends tried to report that Brooks had hit her. But as the officer was trying to get more information from Patterson, all of these calls started coming out about the chaos at the parade.
I pulled my squad over. I exited my driver's side of the vehicle. came around to the front of my vehicle when a short black female who was wearing what appeared to be a blue coat and blue jeans walked in the front of my patrol vehicle. There was 2 other subjects that were with her, and they started to indicate that she had been assaulted by a boyfriend of some type. I started to talk to the female who had the blue coat on, and I said, okay, I said, well, what happened? Who is this person? And she tried to downplay what happened. She didn't want to be cooperative. She made comments to the effect of, nothing happened, it was just a verbal argument, I'm fine, I just want to leave.
Did you see any injury on her?
So at that time, I did. The 2 subjects that were with her tried to tell her that they said, no, Erica, you need to tell him what happened. And one of the subjects looked at me and said, officer, you need to look at her face, because she was bladed a little bit to 45 degrees away from me. So I kind of stepped and looked a little bit to the side, and I could see that her face was swollen. There was obvious bruising on it. She had an obvious black eye on one side of her face. The other eye also looked like it was swollen, but it was appear that she had facial injuries that were obvious.
Were you going to investigate her complaint further?
I was attempting to investigate the complaint further, yes.
And then what happened?
So as I was speaking to this woman who identified herself as Erica, along with the 2 other people that were with her who I did not identify, the calls on the radio at that point were 1078 after 1078 after 1078.
Okay,
And
what does that mean?
so 1078 in law enforcement jargon is officer needs immediate assistance right now, all available units. As that was being called multiple times, other people were coming on the radio and stating there were subjects down in the street, then it was 10 people down, then it was 15, then it was to 30 or 40. And I had to make a decision at that point, speaking with the subjects, particularly the one who appeared to be involved and the most injured, who was not being cooperative with me, that the greater danger and the clear and present threat that was happening downtown had to draw my attention. I had to leave.
So again, this is not the alleged assault that Brooks was charged with in this current case, but it gives us an idea of their relationship and the issues.
Yeah, the kind of piece of garbage that he is, yes.
That these 2 people had. After the Waukesha trial and his conviction, Brooks filed a petition for post-conviction relief, this time with the help of a public defender. Again, sentencing in this domestic violence case is scheduled for August, but we will, of course,
How are you going to cry like that, dude?
continue to follow more updates on the Darrell Brooks saga and his attempts at an appeal.
Oh, attempts. That's a good word for that. Attempts. H-Rock's in the house. Good to see you, H-Rocks. JT. Y'all. Okay, so we got some more cases to talk about. Let me start this one, see which one.
And I know.
Oh, God, yeah. This one's crazy. Oh, this one's tragic. Y'all remember this lady? I actually I did a video about her. And y'all, TikTok, hit me with the hearts real quick. We only got 6 more, y'all. Come on, we can get 6 hearts real quick. But this is the lady that the kid, I think she was the nanny. Her name was Pammy May, and he was like eating snacks in his bed. And yeah. Oh, I guess no, they were a legal guardian, I'm pretty sure. Melly, thank you for the hand heart. But yeah, just TikTok, come over to YouTube if you want to watch this. This is body cam footage. The next 2 cases, body cam footage. So come on over. The Mystery Project on YouTube, search it, you can find it. The Mystery Project on Rumble. All right, let's go. I'm gonna shrink myself down again.
No better. And I knew what I was doing. A shocking confession caught on body cam when an Ohio woman admits she strangled a 5-year-old boy to death after finding snacks in the boy's bed.
Yeah, you're going to burn in hell for that.
He only lived to be 5 years and 26 days old. And when she first speaks to officers, she's in complete hysterics. I know.
I'm going to give you gentlemen.
Here's everything we know so far about the gruesome murder of 5-year-old Darnell Taylor and the woman accused of killing him.
He just told me she killed us.
Okay.
The judge told me she killed her.
It all started with this 911 call that came in to Columbus, Ohio dispatch on February 14th.
Did she tell you how she did it or anything detailed?
No.
Valentine's Day?
She just woke me up and said she's not here no more. I said, what would you do? What did you do to him? She said he's not alive. And then when I tried to grab the phone to call you, she started fighting.
The caller tells the operator his wife, Pammy May, woke him up with some serious news that 5-year-old Darrell was dead.
Oh my God. Laura, that's it. See, you can see what's happening.
At the time of his death, May was the boy's legal guardian.
I didn't get off work till 10:30, and I didn't see him tonight. I came straight home, took a shower, and went to bed. I didn't even check in on him, because I usually don't when I get home, because I want him to sleep. And now she...
Jesus. Unbelievable. Thanks for the follows, y'all. Mama's 24. Thank you. Jenny, thanks for the hearts. There we go. Halfway there, y'all. Let's get it.
She just woke me up and just told me I got something serious to tell you. And I said, what? And that's what she told me. She's not here anymore.
Okay, is it
crazy?
And that's a female or a male? I'm sorry.
It's a
male.
boy.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there any other children in the home?
No, and I'm not going to jail for her.
Okay, and she didn't tell you anything about...
Spiritual Diamond. Thank you so much. He said, I'm not going to jail for her. Yeah, good call.
About this plan?
No, she just said, I got a plan, and that's when I called you, and I told her I'm not going to jail for her.
May's husband says she has a history of mental health issues.
She does have depression and bipolar disorder, but she has been taking medicine for it. She's been fine. She's been around plenty of children.
Oh, God. Dog crazy lady. Wait, true crime? Follows immediately. And then the next one down was follow. Shout out. Dog crazy lady. Appreciate it. Y'all hit the follow button if you like true crime. I'm live every single night. Every single night. And let's get 100,000 likes, y'all. We're very close. Everybody tap the screen a few thousand times. Let's go. And we got 4 more hearts left, y'all. Come on. Tiny little true crime creator. We got to hit those goals so TikTok will keep spreading the word.
So this is completely out of character for her?
Very much so. Very much so.
About 5 minutes into the call, first responders arrive on the scene. You can hear May's husband speaking with them.
She wakes me up about 15 minutes
Michelle, thank you.
ago and said, I got something serious to tell you. I said, what? She said, shut your phone off. Shut your phone off. So I shut the phone off, and I said, what happened? She said,
Ziggy, thank you.
I'm not here anymore. I said, well, what do you mean? Where did he go? Who is he with? She was like, he's not alive anymore. So then I grabbed my phone and I started to call y'all. I grabbed my phone and I started to call y'all. She started fighting me, grabbed me in my mouth, and I was trying to let me talk to the 911 operator. She grabbed my keys with me, like on the kitchen, right there on that side
Kathy,
door.
thanks for the friendship.
She grabbed my car and pulled back the job and head down towards her. I have no idea. She had relatives as well? Yeah, she's from here. She had her brother lived at 1999 Littlewater.
At this point, both May and 5-year-old Darrell are missing. A statewide Amber Alert is put out for the boy, and several hours later, May's car is found just outside of Cleveland, about 2 hours north of Columbus. The next day, on February 15th, May is arrested when she's found wandering the streets of Brooklyn.
Ma'am, you understand that you are under arrest and you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have
Body camera video shows what happens when officers first meet up with May. A portion of the video has been blurred by the Brooklyn Police Department, who released the footage to Law&Crime. When officers begin speaking with May, she's in complete hysterics and is kind of difficult to understand.
I was on the phone with this guy. Okay. Ma'am. Ma'am, are you on the phone with dispatch? Huh? Are you on the phone with our dispatcher?
6'8" to 52.
You can hang up. We're here now.
I didn't go to my ass.
It's her.
Can you stand up?
Ma'am, do you have any weapons on you or anything like that? No.
Are you okay?
Are you okay? Do you need an ambulance?
She also refuses to tell officers her name.
What's your name?
I don't want to say that because
Okay.
my husband.
Ma'am, we know who you are, okay?
I know.
This continues on as officers try to get more information from May as she continues to bawl.
My husband.
What do you have here?
I don't want to say it.
All right, ma'am. Do you mind just standing up for me?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you have on your legs, man?
It's plastic bags covering our feet.
Plastic bag.
Ma'am, real quick, we know who you are. Can I just have your social?
I know. Tonight.
Can you go let our boss in? Sure. Thank you. Ma'am, look.
Where the hell is she?
My husband think I did something wrong and I said.
Did you speak to him or no?
No, he didn't. I'm vocal.
No.
Where were you just at now?
Where have you been at?
I don't even know. I've been. Oh my God.
Are you having any pain anywhere?
Need EMS?
I know.
I'm going to give you gentlemen.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And then she's read her Miranda rights.
Ma'am, you understand that you are under arrest and you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have a right to have an attorney and an attorney present during any and all questioning. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, I
If you can't afford one will be provided for you. Okay? Do you understand your rights? All right, ma'am.
As several officers responded to the scene, these same moments are caught on body camera video from different perspectives.
Lord, Michelle, thank you so much for the hearts. Oh my God. We got 2 left. Oh, we got 1 left. Y'all, 1 last little heart left. Thank you for the love. It just helped TikTok spread the word. We got to play their game a little bit sometimes. So shout out to Michelle. 1 single heart left. Oh, we hit 100,000 likes too. Let's go, TikTok. Thanks for the love. And if you guys want to watch the video, come on over. We got the body cam footage up right now on YouTube. Just come search the Mystery Project. Come search the Mystery Project, y'all. And let's get that last heart.
Remember, just a short part of the video has been blurred by the Brooklyn Police Department.
So she just randomly came in? Yeah. Okay. Just said she needed help?
She just wanted to. She said, I want to call my husband. That's all I can get out of her. She's fully clothed, all that. She's not wearing any shoes. I don't see she's got any pants on. Okay. She's got a coat on. I'm not really sure what's going on. Okay.
Go wherever they're at. It's loud as hell. Sorry, y'all.
Hello. She was on the phone with dispatch.
Oh, okay. Ma'am. Ma'am, are you on the phone with dispatch?
Huh?
Are you on the phone with our dispatcher?
6852.
You can hang up. We're here now.
I didn't go to my ass.
Yes, Okay. Can you stand up, ma'am? Ma'am, do you are have you any okay? weapons on you or anything like that? No.
Are you okay?
Are you okay? Do you need an ambulance? I'm just gonna pull this down so I can look you in your eyes. What's your name?
I don't want to say that because
Okay.
my husband.
Ma'am, we know who you are, okay?
I know.
All right.
What do you have here? Just your.
What do you have here?
Just your coat. Okay.
All right, ma'am. Do you mind just standing up
crazy
for
lady,
me?
come on over.
Okay.
What do you have on your legs, ma'am?
It's plastic bags
Oh,
covering our
gotcha.
feet.
Okay.
Ma'am, real quick, we know who you are. Can I just have your social?
I know. Tonight.
Can you let
Can
one
you
of
go
our
let our
officers?
boss in?
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, look.
My husband think I did something wrong and I said.
Where were you coming
speak to
from?
him or no?
No, he didn't. I'm vocal.
No.
Where were you just at now?
Where have you been at?
I don't really know. I've been. Oh my God.
Are you having any pain anywhere?
Oh my God.
You need EMS? No.
I know.
I'm gonna give you gentlemen.
All right,
Thank you. Read her rights.
Honestly, can we see Dallas for emotional support? Yeah, I don't know where he is though. He's probably in bed.
Ma'am, you understand that you are under arrest and you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to have an attorney and an attorney present during any and all questioning. Do you understand your rights? If you can't afford one will be provided for you. Okay? Do you understand your rights?
And I see a bunch of people coming in being like, what the hell's going on? Y'all, this is when Pammy May was arrested. She's a lady that like ended the 5-year-old, I think it was 5-year-old kid's life because he was eating snacks in the bed. Yeah. This is when she was arrested.
All right.
The interaction is caught on camera again by a third officer.
Go ahead. I'm out as well. 10-4.
I don't.
Oh, wherever they are is loud as hell. Sorry, y'all.
I'm gonna give you gentlemen.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Read her rights.
Ma'am, you understand that you are under arrest and you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have a right to have an attorney and an attorney present during any and all questioning. Do you understand your rights? If you can't afford one will be provided for you. Okay? Do you understand your rights?
Hours later, when detectives speak with May, she fesses up right away.
I needed be punished, and even though I love life, I mean, I wouldn't want nobody to execute me, but I understand everything, and I know why take somebody's life, especially a child that can't live a life.
May even says she knew what she was doing.
And I was born
Oh my God.
75, and I know better, and I knew what I was doing. So that's not fair to him. He can't even see himself when we grow up.
Appreciate your honesty on that.
He can't even see himself. He can't even see. He only lived to be 5 years and 26 days old.
In the end, May tells investigators they will find Darnell's remains.
All right. Well, we're gonna see if we can find where DJ.
You're going to find him.
Okay, and then we're gonna be around just to make sure that we didn't miss the wrong cover or something. Okay. So, all right.
I'll be able to find no.
Pammy, thanks for cooperation. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and believe me, if I go to trial, I won't be on these.
That same day, the boy.
Lord have mercy. Spiritual Diamond, thank you for the hearts. Y'all, thanks for the love and the support. We hit the goals and TikTok just spreads the word about the stream. Thank you so much. Let's keep going.
The boy's body was found in a sewer. Days later, May appeared in court.
Are you Pammy May?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Thank you.
After the judge lays out the charges against May, prosecutors describe the crime, asking for a substantial bond.
Charges here are murder and a companion case of kidnapping, F1, and endangering children, F3. Counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Tyler McCoy on behalf of Franklin County, Supreme Court number 0098729. As for Ms. May's record, she has no identifiable record. It appears that we tried to make contact with her husband, Mr. May, but have not received any response back. As for Amy's loss factors, she has mental health issues, bipolar and schizophrenia, as well as possessive or controlling behavior in the past. As for the facts on
Lord have mercy. Dreamy Jules, thanks for the follow.
February 14th,
Heavy Metal Bulldogs in the house. Good to see you.
2024, there was a report of a missing child. Reporting person stated that he is the foster parent of the child and telephoned the police after being advised disturbing information from his wife, Pammy May. She stated
Damn, he was foster child too. Oh my god.
that she had something serious to tell him, and she stated that DT was not there, which prompted Mr. May to call the police. While on the phone with the police, Pammy said that she had a plan for him, referring to DT, and an Amber Alert was issued. It was determined that the defendant, who is the legal custodian of DT, Pammy May, suffocated the minor 5-year-old victim to death while inside the residence. The defendant then fled the jurisdiction and was later arrested in Cleveland. During questioning, the defendant admitted to killing the victim and disposing of the body in a sewer in Columbus, Ohio. Days after the murder, the minor victim's body was recovered from a sewage drain in Columbus, Ohio. The state
absolutely disgusting. Paul, thanks for the follow.
Is requesting a high bond based on the severity of the offense at issue, the young age of the victim, relationship of the parties, public safety concerns, as well as the risk of flight, as shown by her flight prior to her capture in Cleveland. The state is seeking a bond in excess of $2 million. No future acts or threats of violence. No
good. Karen, thank you for the donuts. Hazel, thanks for the follow.
Weapons, no alcohol or drugs, and no contact with any of the witnesses, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
May's defense counters, but only briefly.
On behalf of Ms. May, Your Honor, I would just ask for a modest bond in both cases in front of you.
All right, thank you.
But the defense's short argument wasn't enough to sway the judge.
On the kidnapping, it's going to be $1 million cash surety. On the murder, it's going to be $3 million.
That's $4 million just right there.
Cash surety. Conditions of bond, Ms. May. No odor, consumption, or possession of any alcohol or drugs of abuse. No possession of any firearms or other weapons. No further acts of violence or threats of violence against anyone. Stay away from any of the witnesses. All right? No contact by mail, by email, by telephone, text, in person, third party, and social media. March 1st is your prelim date, ma'am. Thank you.
Sure.
I'll sit down here.
Oh my God. Holy hell. That's so tragic. I mean, come on. 5-year-old little boy eating snacks in bed.
You what?
And she took his little life. You can burn in hell for that one, lady. You're going to burn in hell for that one. Craziness. What the hell is wrong with these people? What the hell is wrong with these people? Okay, y'all, we got another case. Body cam footage, y'all. So make sure you come over to the YouTube channel or the Rumble channel. We got 310 people watching on Rumble. We got almost 100 people watching on YouTube, and we got 436 people watching on TikTok. Shout out to y'all. This one sounds crazy too. So this one, the last one, by the way, body cam footage shows the aftermath of a heated physical confrontation between a Texas man and his girlfriend in 2022. Apparently, the dude tried to stop her from breathing, right, around the neck, because she spoke to an Uber driver on their way home. Apparently, he was jealous about that.
What the fuck?
Yeah. This is crazy as hell. So, yeah, restricted air to... Yeah, exactly, Missy. Restricted her air. But it looks like she's in the hospital, so hopefully she made a full recovery. But holy hell. Y'all, hit me with TikTok. Hit me with the donuts. Let's get 100 of them real quick. We got to crush some goals so TikTok will spread the word about these live streams. Hit the tap the screen like crazy, too. Let's go ahead. Yeah, seriously, talking to the driver. Exactly. Let's get 125,000 likes to TikTok. I appreciate it. And y'all come over and watch the video with us because it's body cam footage. You can listen to it here on TikTok, but I can't show you the video anywhere other than YouTube and Rumble. So shout out, y'all. Just search the Mystery Project on YouTube and Rumble. And let's jump into this one. Here we go. Here we go. And somebody hit me with donuts. Who was that? Spiritual Diamond. And go off the grid, y'all. We got 2 off the grids. We try to get 10, y'all. So we need 8 more people to go to thehauntedSide.com and support the show directly if you want to. Let's keep going.
You okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to go through this. Nobody should ever have to go through this.
Yeah, right. Viviana, thanks for the follow. What app do you use for sound effects? It's just a little thing called Stream Deck. It's a Stream Deck.
This man is sentenced to decades behind bars after going into a jealous rage and strangling his girlfriend, all because she spoke to an Uber driver. The terrifying attack happened in June of 2022 in Montgomery County, Texas. Prosecutors say 50-year-old Lauro Salinas became jealous when his girlfriend of 2 years spoke to the rideshare driver. Once they arrived home, Salinas began hitting his girlfriend in the face, knocking her to the ground, then wrapped his hands around her neck, strangling her.
Hey, you
she
are
thankfully
crazy as hell,
survived
dude.
the attack. Prosecutors say Salinas only stopped the assault because the victim's 8-year-old son began yelling for him to stop hurting his mom. Bodycam video obtained by Law&Crime captures the aftermath of what could have been a fatal incident, as the victim and her family are seen on the porch when an officer responds to the home. The victim in the case, who is wearing a white shirt, is a native Spanish speaker, so her older son translates to the officer what happened.
You guys call?
Yes, sir.
All right, what's going on tonight?
Well, my boyfriend,
Okay.
you talk español?
I don't.
Spanish?
Do you speak Spanish?
I speak Spanish. She speaks Spanish. She can translate.
Can somebody translate?
¿Tú puedes translate? You can translate. She can, maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who. I just need somebody to translate.
Okay, so I wasn't here.
Okay.
But I got a phone call from my brother saying that he heard somebody arguing and stuff, and it was my mom and her boyfriend.
Okay.
And that he just told me to run over here because she was bleeding. So I rushed over here, and that's when he called. But basically, you know, the kids saw everything. You shouldn't have seen it, but he basically hit her, and she blacked out.
That little kid was 8 years old back there, he said.
Sitting here, that's what she remembers, and she remembers waking up over there. Yeah, she remembers waking up over there to the kid being like, "Mom, hey, don't hit." You know, he's talking to her boyfriend, and he just went off going that way. They both came inside. That's when he called me. That's when I rushed over here.
The victim was knocked unconscious during the attack. The officer then gets a close look at her injuries, where she has a swollen lip, blood on her shirt, and scratches all over her body.
Dear Lord.
But she just now told me that she was sitting here, and that
in that
he had,
chair?
Yes, sir. Yeah, that chair, and he had choked her.
Okay.
And she just remembers being up on the floor over there.
So how did she get the lip?
It's me. Yeah.
So he hit you and then choked you?
Yeah, and look here, and this.
Oh yeah.
What she's saying is that
She don't remember, and the ears too.
Yeah.
And here.
She strangled her. She passed out, and she woke up over here.
So where did all of these come from?
She don't remember. She's just sitting there and then wake up. Yeah.
By this time, Salinas fled the scene before police arrived. But the victim and her family are afraid Salinas might be hiding in their backyard.
He was on foot.
Yeah, he left on foot.
Yeah, black
Oh, God. Dude's in the backyard just hiding out.
shirt, jeans, I
And
believe.
he walking, and I'm scared. She's scared because he don't know she's in the back of the patio
Okay.
or she's around the house.
Will you check the back for me? Yeah. Okay. Can I have EMS come check you out? An ambulance?
Yes.
2386.
It should be open. Yes, sir.
It should be
Oh, wait, the door?
We have EMS en route for approximately 40-year-old female.
You
Got
can go
hit in the face and strangled. She blacked out.
Sir? Oh, no. He can go this way. He got a back door in here inside the house.
Yeah.
Open the door. Yeah,
just
inside
open
the
the
house, and you can open the door because she's scared.
Yeah, open.
He go in the back. I just locking all the doors and windows.
Okay.
But I don't know he's in the back.
The officer then asked why the two were arguing. She says she just asked the Uber driver how long he was working for the company.
She was at the gas station over at the corner because they had taken an Uber.
Okay.
And he had went inside to go purchase something, and while he was inside, she was in the car. And she just asked the Uber driver, how long have you been, doing Uber?
Mhm.
And he had, I guess, seen that, and I guess saw
Got
that they were
upset.
flirting. And I guess that's what started.
Okay. And then they started arguing in Uber, and then they got back home?
Yeah, they started arguing here once they got here.
So you guys got back here, you guys were arguing right here?
Yeah.
This is crazy as hell, y'all.
And then you sat down, and then he hit you in the face, and then that's when he put his hands around you.
The victim's 8-year-old son tells the officer Salinas fled their home with a gun.
Okay.
So he was about to leave, but he went to my mom's room.
Okay.
And he looked under the bed, and there was a gun over there. But my mom didn't know. And then he just he just had it in his back pocket, and then he just left the beers and a gun.
Okay, so he did take the gun with him? Did you see which way he went?
I don't know if he went straight or this way.
Okay, does he have anywhere around here that he knows, like friends or family or anything? Do you guys all live here?
No, we're friends. She just called me.
Where do you guys live?
I'm living in Rio Vista.
Okay.
And Tram in Rio Vista.
Would she be able to go with you tonight?
Damn.
Get away from here after we're done here?
Yeah. I told her to come with me at my house.
Okay.
Yes. Actually, we told her already.
Okay.
I feel safe for him and for the daughter. Yeah.
So explain the strangulation part, okay? He hit you, and then he put his hands around your throat. Was it one hand, two hands?
Yeah, primero me pegó, dile que primero me pegó en la face y luego me...
¿Con una mano o dos?
Two hands, y luego choked me, me tiró ahí en la chest, y luego, I don't know
Pero
what happened.
con dos manos.
Yeah.
So two hands. So he smacked her a couple times, is that what you're saying? And then that's when he put his hands... Did he say anything while he done it?
I can remember.
The young boy then talks to the officer about what he saw during the attack.
So she was sitting right here?
Jesus. No, Desiree in Texas.
Well, I didn't see that much, but what I saw, she was right here on that chair right there.
Okay, this one?
She was passed out for a second. She was right there on that chair.
Okay.
That's why there's a lot of blood right there.
Okay.
And she was passed out for a second.
Jeez, this poor 8-year-old kid, y'all.
Put her over
8 years old having to recount this.
He moved the chairs, and then he like threw her on the ground right there. That's all
So he was dragging her on the ground?
Yeah.
And then that's when he moved the chair, and then he threw her down over there?
And
Okay.
then you told your mom.
Yeah.
And then that's when you came out and told him to stop?
Mm-hmm.
And then he went inside, grabbed the gun, and left? And so this all started because he thought you were flirting with another or another dude?
Yeah.
Okay.
With the Uber.
Okay. Who all lives here? You live here?
No, she live in here, her son and this. Yeah.
Who's the other one? You?
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 17.
Do you have an ID on you?
Oh, yes.
Do you mind if I see it? Do you have an ID as well? I'm gonna go grab my camera and a statement form, okay? I'll be right back.
My God, that's unreal. Unreal. TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. 125,000 likes. Hit me with the donuts, y'all. Let's try to get 100 of them real quick. We got to hit some goals so TikTok will spread the word. And this is body cam footage, y'all. So if you want to watch the video with us, come over to YouTube. Just search The Mystery Project or The Mystery Project True Crime. You should be able to find it. Miranda, thank you for the donut. Very sweet of you. Barbara, thank you as well. Appreciate that, y'all. Thanks for the follows also. Denise, thank you. But yeah, come on over to The Mystery Project on YouTube and on Rumble if you guys do Rumble. We got 313 people watching on Rumble and 80 people watching on YouTube. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate the love and the support. Jamie, thank you for the donuts. Let's go. Y'all, let's hit it. 100 of them real quick.
I just don't want this dude sneaking up behind us. Have you do me a favor?
Yeah, right. Carrie, thank you as well. Jamie, the whole crew coming in.
Can you fill this out on her behalf?
Yeah.
Just translate it into English and write it down for me.
Okay.
This is all going to be her information, and then down here, tell me what happened, okay?
Yes, sir.
Can you ask her if she'd be okay with me taking some photographs of her injuries real quick?
Mom, is it okay, like, si él toma fotos de ti?
Okay.
Is this his work van? No, sir, no.
Her shirt says, "I'd rather be in bed."
Okay. It's not his work van?
All right, can I just have you come stand over here? Just stand with your hands down by your side.
I'm not spent over that much. And I feel like if he walks somewhere, he had to go to Dollar General.
Okay.
If he goes straight, I mean, the police station is about over there. And over here, we live about over there. It's not simple. I feel like we live by Ventura.
It looks like they walked that way.
Oh, damn.
Big scene that we just came from. Yeah, we're all over there.
I'm gonna take another one of the face, okay?
Because if you went that way, it would, like,
Slip your
if
neck.
you went all the way over there, it would have a stop right there. So I don't know if he stays right there.
Who saw him leave?
Me. I saw him.
Just you?
Yeah.
Okay. And you did see him grab a gun?
Yeah.
Did he put it?
But he got it?
Did he put it in his pants, or did he have it out like?
Yeah. Can I see the marks on your arms?
Back pocket like that.
Back pocket?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dear Lord. Carol, don't worry. I got you. Yo, little donut recap real quick. Hit me with the donuts during the recap, y'all. And Rumble Rants and YouTube hit the super chats, y'all. Watch what happens. Basically, this lady and her boyfriend were driving home. She asked the Uber driver how long he's been driving for Uber. The boyfriend got mad as hell. Elizabeth, thank you for that. Let's go. The boyfriend got mad as hell and then just started basically attacking her. And he put his hands around her neck and she ended up losing consciousness. Crazy as hell. Then her 8-year-old son comes out and says, "What are you doing? Stop." He runs in the house, grabs a firearm, and then leaves. And that's it.
Which way did he go?
Right now, they're taking pictures of her taking a statement, and the little boy's trying to say which way he saw him run off.
Did he walk that way, or did he walk this way on this road?
I don't know if he went just
Can you put your arms out like
He went
this?
straight across?
I'm pretty sure.
When he get out the door.
Can I have you turn him over?
Did he turn down the road, or did he just go straight across the road yard?
I'm gonna take a picture of the back of your neck, okay?
Straight.
He went straight over here. He went this way.
No, because I didn't see all of it.
Did you have an earring in on this side?
See.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it right here.
Oh, you have it on there? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna shine the light on your face.
Wendy, thank you.
Go ahead, close your eyes for me.
User 4844, thanks for the follow. That's terrible. Yo. And unbelievable, y'all think about it. The 8-year-old boy had to come out and witness that.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me.
Wendy, thank you so much. 14 donuts, very sweet. Let's get 100 of them, y'all.
Really don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he took the
But you could
guns or
probably
he
check.
changed.
So he said he's telling us that he grabbed the gun, so.
Yeah.
So do you know where, does he keep guns here?
Yeah.
He does?
Yeah.
Like how many?
Come
Does he
here.
have more than one?
No,
Well,
just the gun he said.
The last time that I saw him,
Are you hurt anywhere else?
he had like a
Just
a
your lip?
bigger gun.
But does he
Okay.
keep any of his
Right
stuff
here.
here?
Okay.
Right here,
He
that's
keeps his stuff here.
Does he live here?
Well, we got EMS here. They're gonna check you out.
Does
Okay.
he have, so he keeps his guns here too, yeah?
Yeah.
You got your ID. Perfect.
Where, do you know where he keeps them at?
Thank you.
Does anybody know where he keeps his guns?
I don't know.
The only places that I know is under the bed or like in the back of the bed.
Can you show him?
Go to the room.
¿Dónde pistola?
Go check the gun.
No arma?
Will you let him show you and just check under
Is
there?
that okay?
Will you take pictures of the bedroom as well? Yes.
After the officer takes photos of her injuries, a short while later, EMS arrive on scene.
Good. How are you guys? So her husband punched her in the lip. She got a real
Jesus. Lizelle, thanks for the follow.
fat lip.
And y'all, if you want to watch the video, come over to YouTube. Search the Mystery Project True Crime. You can see it. Or on Rumble, the Mystery Project. You can watch the video with us.
Also strangled her with both hands. She's got bruises, a little bit of petechiae.
Woods.Michelle. Thank you for the heartbeat.
She blacked out. She doesn't know how long she was blacked out for. He drug her across the concrete into the grass. So she wants to get evaluated.
Yeah, what
She said her throat's hurting really bad, and then her lip. So she's Spanish speaking, but we got people here that translate. He speaks rough English. We don't know where he is. He supposedly took off somewhere over there, grabbed a pistol before he left.
Walking?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
check the area.
yeah, Hispanic. I've got him inside Langford, is that his name? What's his name? Grow, that's right, not Langford. He's inside checking to see if the gun's still there. I just don't want him sneaking up on us.
Yeah.
So.
Gotcha.
It's a solid strangulation. So.
Back inside the home, officers discover one of Selena's firearms that was left inside the bedroom.
I just wanted to make sure you didn't want me to put gloves or anything on before I mess with it.
No, you're good.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
Is that the only one so far?
Yeah, that's the only one. I picked the bed up, and that's the only one I could find.
Has he been?
Can I go with her to the hospital? She don't want to be alone.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna have to talk
just
to.
me.
Yeah, you have to talk to the EMS. See if they'll allow you. You can probably follow, but right in the ambulance itself, you'll have.
T and Sapphire, thanks for the follow.
Go, Michael. They take
Go
care
ahead
of
to
the
the donuts.
kids in
Crush
there.
that goal real quick. We got 71 left.
Another son. Let me
Okay.
ask him.
Yeah.
Let me. Déjame preguntarle.
Is he intoxicated? Has he been drinking?
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Pregúntale a la ambulancia.
You going to Kingwood Emergency?
Maybe in Cleveland.
Okay.
Told me that girl. Maybe in Cleveland.
Okay.
In the hospital.
Let's see if we can. Are you okay with going to Kingwood? Maybe. Well, let me go talk to him real quick.
Yeah, because I don't know.
They don't want to go alone, so my mom wants to go with her, and if she could go on the, how do you call it? An ambulance.
Yeah, so she get right in the ambulance, but they can, whoever it is can follow right behind in a car, and then when she gets in a room, they'll let her be in the room with her. Tiene que ir en su carro.
Tiene que ir.
Entonces me llevan.
Where are you guys transporting to?
Cleveland, HC.
Van a ir a Cleveland, más está cerquita.
Oh, okay.
How far is that
Because
from-
she don't want to
from
go
here?
alone.
15 miles, maybe less.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna have to meet you guys there.
So you go up to the Walgreens.
They still
take a
found
right,
him,
it's just
y'all.
before the high school on the left-hand side of
Okay.
HC in Cleveland. It's Kingwood Sister Hospital, but
Okay.
they'll get her in and out way faster.
That's a 2-hour wait or so at.
Oh, at least.
Yeah.
And she doesn't sit in the lobby all night.
Yeah, she needs to be seen. So.
Yeah, so we'll take her. It's bad.
Holy guacamole. That ain't no spider, that's a monkey. Are you guys all staying here?
No.
Or are you guys gonna be leaving?
No, they go with me on my house. Yeah. And we take the baby and
Okay.
I mean they go with my son to the house. I go with her to the hospital.
Okay. How old's your son?
He's 21.
Does
I mean 23.
Does he have an ID on him?
Yeah, Eduardo and Jackie.
You got an ID?
ID, but
on my church. We were on a family party, and it was an emergency.
Do you have yours?
I have one here.
I got a picture of it.
pues te quedas con Emilio.
Sí.
23. It says, can you log a deal?
You know what I mean?
Insane, y'all. Speak away. Thanks for hurting me.
So I don't know. Are you talking about like the charges for the ambulances?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell you this.
You got an interest? I know
So
that-
I get it. But the issue is you've been strangled and you passed out. Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't know what's going on and how long you were out for no oxygen to get to the brain. So I've seen situations. There's one family violence, the worst one I've ever seen, where she was strangled, she blacked out, she urinated on herself. Okay. She said she was fine. She didn't want EMS. Within 10 minutes, she was blacked out. Okay. We couldn't get her back. EMS arrived and finally, brought her back.
Because if the police send you, if you get sent by the police, if you get sent by EMS by the police, it doesn't cost you anything.
But situations like that, because we don't know what's going on with, the oxygen to the brain, we highly recommend you go with an ambulance. Okay, because they can monitor you all the way up to the hospital, or otherwise.
You go away. Thanks for donut. Yo, we got like 70 left. Let's crush them.
You guys don't have any equipment in the vehicle with you.
Usted se va, you go in the ambulance. Se te va en la ambulancia, pero yo me voy atrás. con él.
Here,
Y de ahí yo me
try
quedo
it.
con
See
los
if it's
sellos.
stolen.
se puede
Okay,
ir.
you got my
Pero
camera.
espérame la
Yeah, sure.
aquí.
Yeah,
Ya
okay.
los dedos se
Yeah.
van a
It's
caer.
about dead, it looks like.
Is it?
Yeah.
Stinking thing.
Ya le dio la ID. Oh,
So,
Later, the victim was transported to a local hospital, and when the officer asked if she wants a protective order from Salinas, she says definitely.
so if we find him tonight, are you wanting a emergency protective order?
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
want nothing. I don't want to see you. I don't want to
Okay,
call me nothing.
perfect.
I don't want nothing.
That's
Yeah.
perfect. Good.
She reiterates she doesn't remember what Salinas said during the strangulation because she blacked out.
So this is where we get into all these questions. Okay. So method and manner of strangulation. Okay. You said it was with two hands.
Yeah.
Okay. Did he say anything during strangulation that you could remember?
I can't remember. No, I can't remember.
What made him stop?
I don't know. I wake up and I saw my son, my little son, in the door, and he told my little son, "Ma, don't hit him no more." And I wake up, you know, and I get up and I get in my phone and I call my friend, and I call the cops. You know, my son, he called the cops. I told, call the cops, you know.
And then that's when he
Yeah.
left. What do you think was going to happen when he was strangling you? What do you think he was going to do to you?
I don't know.
Did you think he was going
I
to
don't know.
keep doing it? Do you think he was going to hurt you even more? Do you think he was going to kill you?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Porque
You-
I remember, you know, he hit me
Ashley, thanks for the donut.
como about 2 times, you know. It hit me in my face, and he put me in that chair, you know, back. And I remember, you know, as I get in the floor, and I wake up, and I don't know what happened.
Okay.
You know, I don't know what happened. Yeah.
So you think he was going to try to kill you?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. They're scared.
Put him in jail for the rest of his life. Gina, ask the spirits. Long time no see. Good to see you. Thanks for donuts. Very sweet.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Has he ever strangled you before?
No.
Did you attempt to try to stop him? Did you try to push him off, hit him?
Yeah. The first time, you know, I told her, stop, and he hit me 2 times, and I can remember, you know, I put him the hands and over here, and
Virginia, yeah.
I don't know what happened.
You don't know if you pushed him?
No, I don't know what happened, you know. I can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now these are just say during or after, okay? Impeding your breathing, okay? Did he ever impede or cause you to, excuse me, were you unable to breathe during or after?
For a little bit, I can breathe.
During?
You know, I can see over here in my face, you know, and I can see in my face, and that's it, you know.
Okay.
I can remember.
Yeah.
So after the assault, were you able to breathe?
For a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened, you know.
So you had difficulty breathing?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have difficulty breathing during the incident when he was strangling you?
Yeah.
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 He caused you physical pain?
All this because she asked the Uber driver how long he'd been driving for Uber.
What the fuck?
Yeah. This dude flew into a jealous rage because she was like, hey, how long have you been driving for Uber?
Bruh.
Man, I hope they find you.
Yeah.
During or after?
And he's on the run right now, y'all. At least in the video he is. We don't know if they catch him yet or not. Deb, thanks for the heart me. Y'all hit me with the donuts too. Let's get it real quick. Come on. We got 67 to go. 67. Come on, y'all. Oh, and come watch the video on YouTube and Rumble. Just search the Mystery Project, y'all. And hit the follow button if you're new here.
Both. Both?
Yeah.
Did you have rapid breathing? Like your breathing was fast?
Yeah.
Before or after? Or during or after?
I wake up and, you know, I can breathe so hard and I'm scared.
Did you have shallow breathing? Like you weren't getting enough air?
Yeah.
Yeah, during or after?
Yeah. Yeah.
During or after?
Mm,
Or both?
Both.
Both?
Yeah.
Did you cough up any blood?
I don't know, in my face. I don't know si him in my face, or I can't remember,
Okay.
And I get up and I go within the house, and my son, he told me, "Mommy, you bleeding, and
Just
I
from-
washed my face, and I saw my lips,
Yeah.
and que
That's
estaba
the
bleeding,
8-year-old, y'all.
and, I can remember.
The son that came out that saw it, the reason he stopped is because the 8-year-old son came out and said, "Stop doing that to my mom."
Were you nauseous?
No.
Are you nauseous right now?
No.
Okay. Did you vomit or dry heave?
No.
Were you dizzy?
A little bit.
During or after? Or both?
Both. Yeah.
Oops.
Cuando I wake up, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know.
So definitely after.
Yeah.
What about during? Did you feel disoriented during?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You lost consciousness during? Did you ever lose your hearing, like you couldn't hear?
No.
No? Did you lose your vision? Like maybe got blurry, it went away, you weren't able to see for a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cuando
During-
I wake up, I wake up and I saw como light or something, and
Okay.
I wake up, and
So after you had difficulties seeing, and you said you urinated on yourself?
yeah.
Was that during or after? Or both?
Oh, no.
Both. Okay. All right. So this one's the same thing. You okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to go through this. Nobody should ever have to go through this.
Oh, this poor lady. She's getting emotional now. Oh, my goodness. Angie, thanks for the follow.
Does he follow or spy on you or leave you threatening messages?
No.
No? Is there anything else that worries you about your safety?
Well, right now I'm scared.
Scared?
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to come back in?
Yes.
Do you think he's going to try to harm you even more?
Yes.
She tells the officer Salinas had never done anything like this to her before. And while at that time he was still on the loose, she says again how scared she is, not just for herself, but her sons as well.
So you guys were drinking. You stopped at Tram and 2090 at that Texaco. He went in. What did he go in to buy?
Beer.
Oh, more beer?
Yes.
Okay. How much has he had to drink tonight?
I don't know.
Was it all beer?
Yes.
Okay. And then he goes inside. You start talking to the Uber driver. He comes out. He was upset. You guys got home. He confronted you about flirting with the Uber driver.
Yeah.
And what was all said? What was he saying?
Well, why you talking when you can talk and what? I can talk.
So why are you talking to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I told her, I can talk. But yeah.
And then
And
he's
what? What happened? What is it? What is it? Okay, I don't want to talk for the guy,
Yeah.
asking questions or what? No.
And then that's
Yeah, it's cuando es quiere mad and it's over here in my face and hit me and
so were you already sitting down in that chair?
yeah.
Okay, when he started getting mad at you. And then when
Lord
he
have
hit
mercy.
you, was it open
Apparently
hand or
thanks for
closed
follow-
hand? You don't remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe like
E.T. Jr.
Okay, and it was
thanks for
twice,
follow-
bam bam.
it's tall, man. O sea, yeah, it's tall and a little bit heavy.
Okay.
Yeah.
How tall do you think he is?
Maybe a 6.
6 foot?
6, a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah.
6'1"? How much do you think he weighs?
But it's tall, yeah.
Do you know if he has a driver's license or ID in the state of Texas? No.
E.T., thank you.
And then when he was strangling you, he pushed you back. Well, he hit you. He pushed you back. He put both hands around your throat. He started applying pressure, and then that's when you passed out, right? Can you give me a guesstimate? Like, guess how long he had the pressure on your throat before you passed out? Was it quick, or was it very quick?
Like this, you know?
Do you think it was a few seconds?
Yes.
Okay.
I can see it. I remember, you know, I see over here in my face, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can remember nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And he's never done this to you in the past?
No.
He's never hit you in the past? Have you ever, like, gotten in a family violence incident? No? Okay. Does he stay with you guys, or is it just kind of like occasional, he comes and goes?
Maybe stay, you know, I stay and go back and stay and go back. And
How long does he normally stay there for?
right now for maybe a week. Yeah.
And then he'll go back later?
Mm-hmm.
And, okay. No kids with him?
No.
No prior family violence? Yeah.
Yes.
Is this going to be the last?
Yes. I don't want nothing. I don't want to.
God, absolutely.
Call me. I know nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I don't think you should have any more contact with him, but that's up to you. So what's going to happen is they're going to do their medical thing on you. I'm going to take a family violence report. It's going to be chalked up to a family violence strangulation, okay? I'm going to type it up, send it to the detectives, and more than likely a warrant will be issued for his arrest if we don't find him tonight. I got my partners out looking for him.
Yeah.
But if we do find him tonight, you'll be notified. I'll call you and let you know. And then
Right now, I don't have a car.
Okay.
You know, I don't have a car. I don't have a.
Oh man, I hope they find him. I want to see that.
Driver's license.
Okay.
But I don't. You know.
Okay.
Maybe right now is walking, or maybe he can call one friend or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
But right now, I'm scared. You know, I'm scared.
So I would give it a few days if you can stay with your friend. I'd stay with your friend for a few days, okay, until you're much better out of this state, because right now you were just strangled.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was a bad strangulation. Okay, so I would just try to stay away from the house for a little bit unless you have to go back to the house. But if we do find him tonight, file for an EPO, which is the emergency protective order. Okay. Do you have any questions for me tonight? No.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Yeah.
If you do have any questions,
This police officer, A+ too. A+. He got the information he needs to put forth to the detective so they can bring on, you know, all that evidence to the DA, get a serious conviction so this guy does not get out anytime soon. But he's still very comforting, very, you know, letting her know it's okay. It's okay. You know, I need this. I need to get the information because we want to make sure that he's never able to do this again. So great job.
So you can contact that number and ask for me.
Very soft. His demeanor, his voice is very, this is what's going to happen. This, you know what I mean? He's doing a great job.
Okay.
And you can talk to me.
Because there's quite a few times that she's been very emotional, obviously, with what happened. So,
okay.
Kudos when kudos are due.
If he calls you and says, hey, you know, I'm at the house, where you at? Give us a call. Okay. Especially tonight, because if it's tonight, I can arrest him on it. Even tomorrow, give me a call, because he needs to go to jail. All right. Are you wanting to pursue charges for the assault? Do you want to press charges? You do? Okay. No problem.
That one is. No. I'm scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real, I'm scared, and I'm scared for my sons.
Yeah, your little,
like, even that, he was like, you know, this and this, you know, he preferenced that all with, he needs to go to jail for this. And then he says, do you want to press charges? And he just said he needs to go to jail for this. Do you want to press charges? So she's going to say absolutely.
Boys.
Or she's more inclined to say yes, because he's like, he needs to pay for this. Do you want to press charges? Yes. One rush. Thank you for the donuts. Y'all hit me with the donuts to try and crush that goal. We only got about a minute left. If even a minute left, y'all, hit me with the donuts. Let's hit that last goal for the TikTok overlords so they'll actually spread the word about these live streams.
Yeah, 100%. So hopefully we can find him, and hopefully we can, take him tonight, okay? Like I said, if I do find him, I'm going to go look for him, okay? But if I do find him, I'll call you, and I'll let you know, just so you have that comfort knowing that he's not out there, okay?
Phoenix, thank you.
If you don't have any questions, I'm going to get out of here. If anything changes, go ahead, give me a call, okay? I know there's a lot going on, but I wish the best to you. If you ever need anything, don't hesitate to call the non-emergency number. We'll try to help you out the best we can. Other than that, I'm going to get out of here, okay? Good luck to you. No problem.
Salinas was eventually found. He was charged with assault, family violence, impeding breath or circulation.
Yup. Adios, dude. Man, I hope they throw him under the jail. Y'all, that's it for tonight. It's time for me to get some sleep. I love you guys. Thank you so much for all the love. Thank you for all the support. Y'all hit me with a massive amount of donuts real quick. We're almost halfway there. Desiree, thank you. Nick, thank you. Cheryl, thank you. Rumble and YouTube, I love you guys. Thank you. Make sure you hit the like button before you go. Leave a comment, too, on the video after this ends if you want to. It just helps the channel. But thank you. I appreciate you guys. We'll see you tomorrow night right here. The YouTube channel is The Mystery Project, so go subscribe. TikTok and The Mystery Project on Rumble. Love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow night.